J Squad.
We gotta find now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find
bitch. Dick Masterson made a video about me.
Motherfucker.
Dame Pesos had a video about me.
Sucking motherfucker.
Well, hey, guess what? I made a beautiful song about you, aliens. Let's talk about Mexicans. Filthy fucking savages. They come to steal your packages and inflict aggravated damages. This gets so hazardous with these rates. I don't know what the average is. For rape, probably as high as the number of underage Mexican marriages. As tragic as it may seem, they're just keeping up with tradition, keeping up with religion, keeping their children up in the missionary position until you had a whole lot of dick jizzing. Listen, you still don't know what the fuck you've been missing. I mean, I don't know this from personal experience or anything. Just guessing. Kidding. Maybe that's why pesos sounds like a kid. Visceral memories of 14,000 of them sitting on a stick. Faggot doesn't offend me. It's actually pretty good English coming from a stick. Dog, shouldn't you be outside, dog? Picking whatever the fuck you pick, dog. Ooh, that ain't right, dog. Now I'm gonna have to get my whip, dog. That's not a car. I don't mean a vehicle. Sit, dog. After all, wouldn't want to make a beaner fearful. Let's talk about Mexicans and all those shitty states next to them. But hey, Mexico or Chile, it's all the same kind of shit, dog. I don't care if you have to resort to 20 pesos a day from your fucking mom. I ain't giving you shit, dog.
I don't know why you don't know.
I don't know why.
To me, you're just a bunch of motherfucking
Animals.
I don't know why you don't know. To me, you're just a bunch of motherfucking aliens.
You get back to work. Hey, you get back to work. Goddamn animals.
I don't know why you don't know. You belong to Mexico.
Let's talk about Mexicans, the ones that show so much negligence, the type of dick to swipe a bitch just to say that they had sex with them. This guy calls you a cuck. Pizza the Hut says that I suck dick. You really think that I give 1% of a fuck? Well, listen up, dick. You might be worth $22,000 a month, but psychopath, I think I did the math. Yeah, that's a lot of tax. Why are you running your mouth, running up to me and giving me hugs at VidCon, embarrassing me in front of my friends while trying to get rid of this Bitcoin? Let's talk about Mexicans that stink of ass crack whenever you stand next to them. I ain't getting laughed at by a man whose forehead looks like an accident. Stay out of my business, bitch. Don't fuck around with this white dude. Stay out of the business between me and the people I've lied to.
I don't know why you don't know.
I don't know why.
To me, you're just a bunch of motherfucking
Animals.
I don't know why you don't know. To me, you're just a bunch of motherfucking aliens.
You get back to work. You get back to work. Goddamn animals.
I don't know why you don't know. You belong to Mexico.
You don't get no goddamn fucking mercy. You don't deserve mercy.
He lost a shit ton of money on rainbow.
Hey, come on here, buddy. Here, try something with me, man. Feel fucking good? Make you feel like a big fucking man?
You belong to Mexico.
They're fucking dickless assholes.
Rainbow. Fucking rainbow.
Fuck you.
You belong to Mexico.
By the way, you guys fucking crashed and he lost all the fucking money.
Fuck him. Fuck you all. Fuck it. Why not?
You belong to Mexico.
Madre de Dios.
What we do here is go back.
Yo, what is up, guys? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, y'all. All right. If you guys, one in the chat, if you guys were here yesterday and you saw yesterday's stream, unfortunately right now it's down for copyright claim. It'll be back up soon. I already have muted the song that got acclaimed. It was the Eagles, one of my favorite bands. They've betrayed me. So, Eagles, Little Froky, you are a liar. All right? You're a liar. And I'm glad you got mod removed at one point. All right, anyways. Wait, and it wasn't just that you got mod removed. Did you get banned at one point in Augie's chat? I don't approve of that. But anyways, back to the point. Back to the point. You are a liar. Okay. I'm actually grabbing the song that I intend to end this stream with. I think it's actually a perfect song to end with. You know what? We're ending the stream right now. Peace out. Okay. So, what we have left... All right, what we have left is part 4 and part 5. That goes from November 2022 to now. So, yeah, once that, can we get a soundboard? Yeah, sure. Hold on, where is it? Oh, no, I'm deafened. Hold on, let me undeafen and bring Ghost Shark in. But let me say hi to everyone in chat first. What's up, DeChick? What's up, Wingski? Matra King, Ellis Assassin, Blanet, Little Froky, Nexajed, Rin, Rin, Suplex, Ghost Shark, Kangalope I saw earlier, The Chick Tries. Hello everybody, hello, how are you all doing today? I don't think I missed anybody. So, yo, what's up, unfortunate event, unfortunate souls. Soundboard abuse, what's up, Blue Canary? Yes, what's up, Ghost Shark? Yo, can we get a
What's up?
Can we get a round of applause for Ghost Shark? Yo, I see you were ready for that. What's up, Dark Knight 1938? Damn, that was a long time ago. But anyways, all terrible jokes and memes aside coming from me, we've got quite a bit left to go over, but I don't have anything planned tonight. I just normally go to bed around 9 o'clock, but there's no way we'll not finish this by then. So we're gonna finish this today. Let's just get into it. Let's just get right into it. Oh yeah, my camera. Yo, what's up? Okay. How are you today, Ghost Shark?
I'm doing alright. Excited to get back into all the crazy tipster shit.
Oh yeah. So if anybody wants a quick rundown, if you happen to not be here yesterday, hold on, let me grab the chat. There you are. So we can just go through this. The doc. So. Part 1 and part 2 will be edited into a singular video. It'll be very long video, but it'll be edited into a single video, cutting out any of the intro and outro songs, any of the intermissions, which I don't think we're gonna need one today. Cutting out outro songs, cutting out any bits of dead air for when I'm like distracted or whatever. It'll just be a nice cut of all this stuff, and we'll have all the links to everything. So this Google Doc will be available in the link of that description. So that'll hopefully be up. It depends. Nerdy John's going to be on the case for that one. So however long it takes for him to edit that, hopefully it won't take too long. So anyways, let's not talk about what's happening in the future. If anything, I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Or at the end of the stream, that is. Don't dox yourself. My name is Michael P. Alright, anyways. So the Tipster Saga, Tipster Origin Story. Tipster, also known as the Boy Tipster, formerly known as Gamer Geek Review, is an American YouTuber, live streamer, and commentator, primarily known for reporting news on YouTube and commentating on current events, with his videos reporting news on YouTubers and other events that happen online. The content, no, not Mike from PA. The content, I'm Mike from FL. His channel is created with the intent to provide, I think I heard Giz, commentary and constructive criticism on trending news topics without inciting harassment or disrespect of any kind. So, Tipster's first drama with a member of the OG commentator sphere was with Tommy C. We showed the DMs. We showed how he was kind of being a little bit of a snake to Tommy, and how he was accusing Tommy of not standing up for him for certain things, and then Tommy showed receipts there. We also showed examples of him interacting with people with 1 sub whenever they criticize him, because he can't help himself and he's always been that way. Like, for example, like, I know I'm relatively well known in the commentary space, but I think even him doing a response to me would be like I feel like responding to a song maybe makes sense, but responding to a stream of mine, I feel like that would, yeah, now you're scratching the surface. Like, you're like getting down to like rando commentator levels, right? And that's just the fact, like, I only have 2K subs, so I feel like a guy with like 100K or whatever he has now was like, yeah, why are you reacting to someone 2K? Although, if he does react, I will do my own reaction to his reaction. I'll do whatever. If he wants to debunk anything I got, I'll respond to it. Or, if he actually manages to debunk something that's in either of these videos, I will publicly say, okay, I was wrong about that. I'm willing to do that. If Tip, Flam, and Jalen made a podcast, that would be so funny. That would be like, oh my god, that would be terrible. But then
I couldn't listen to that.
he would start. 80 girls ain't attracted to self-deprecating YouTubers. You be surprised. I'm Alex has a lot of sims, or at least he used to. So anyways, so he started off doing Suzy Lou. He in the future would say he regretted being involved with Suzy Lou and he felt he went too far. We saw clips where it shows he never took things in too far. He specifically stated in one of his videos that he does not endorse anyone going to her channel, going to harass her, leaving comments on her videos, leaving dislikes on her videos. He was totally against that. We've shown many examples of him going ahead and we saw examples of how terrible Suzy Lou was. Then we showed that he leaked my DMs to make fun of, to call me a simp about something that involved a past friend of mine that I was not directly involved in. So guilt by association, leaking DMs, calling someone a simp, which all things. OB side ups, true, very true. And then August 21st, this is just a funny little moment, funny little meme. This is the start of the Ehor saga. This is when Nick started making the divorce memes, and when he joined the call, he was kind of playing along with the meme, even though he clearly was upset about it, but he wasn't totally upfront, which is something he would criticize John Swan for, not being upfront about friendships and stuff like that, like not being upfront or straightforward when you're talking to friends, which is something you should always do. The Ehor comment that became famous. Backlash for editing Omnia's face to have it look more bruised up, and me and Ghost and Nerdy John was here too. We looked at the pictures and she looked plenty bruised up. There was no need to enhance that.
Yeah, absolutely no reason to do it.
And then we have that he's dealing with Salvo, which turns out Salvo wasn't 100% a troll. Salvo was kind of insane, but still, Salvo's main goal was to get a reaction. He was still, his main goal, yeah, was to still troll, to get a reaction out of Tipster, which Tipster did give. Tipster,
massive reaction.
Instead, this is another repeating pattern of Tipster, where instead of allowing a situation to die under obscurity, he will put a spotlight on a situation and make it worse, like with Zell. He again, we're in regards to leaking stuff, he literally tells John Swan, yeah, man, don't worry, this call is not gonna leak or anything, so don't worry about that, and he leaks it. Tipster does a tweet making fun of saying, oh, the simps are gonna be mad about Amaranth, and then he gets called out because clearly he must have been subbed, because he put that out within a minute of the video being posted, and so that's him getting upset, I guess, for being called a simp. And he got into, like, he started unfollowing Turkey Tom. He posted all these cringe things. He even DM'd Lyrics being like, you were right to leave the commentary community, which of course that was leaked because Lyrics hates him, and he left the community. And then during his absence from the community, him and Dojangles got into a bit of a beef. Dojangles reveals that at one point when Tipster was trying to help with the Page the Panda Lion Maker stuff, because somebody was saying it was fake, at a certain point, Page the Panda didn't want to communicate with Tipster anymore, but he followed her on Facebook. I'm not going to make any further comments on that, but that is what she alleged. And then the AP leaks his fucking DMs, shows that he's had very flirtatious texts with her.
No, they were just joking around.
No, they were just joking. Yo, what's up, Funk?
Hello. What the fuck is this?
We're going over the Tipster drama, starting.
Oh, this is really interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways. Anyways, the AP over 9K stuff, all the drama regarding that. What else? Fuck, that threw off my flow, bro. What happened to Bunk? He left the call. Well, AP exposes the DMs between them. This was also after the whole AP versus Bo Blacks thing. And then Tipster addresses those leaks and returns to doing commentary. Points out that, like, oh, you know, I don't like people making jokes about me cheating on my wife because X, Y, and Z, because they're all jokes. All the flirtings are just jokes. But at the end of the day, even if they are jokes, you're still saying that another woman that's not your wife, you're still, like, complimenting her on her looks. And, you know, whether your wife is okay with that or not, I guess that is between you. But you as a public figure, people have every right to criticize that at the end of the day. Then we have AP divorced her husband, got with someone else in the commentary community or whatever. And then ended up, she got into, like, a whole fight on Doc's show and stuff like that. Oh, something else happened here that I totally forgot about. Oh, yeah, she made the claim that, oh, yeah, my dad's black, so that means me saying the N-word was not bad. That's what it was. What's up, Toxic? Tipster, Joe Jangles have, like, a little spat on Fireball, which was pretty funny. And now we are caught up. We are caught up with the drama, the Colton. So, I think that's a good enough brief summary of everything. Let me just double check. Have everything ready here. Okay. So, let's get into it. So, back in 2022, there was a drama. Just got home. I want to get nachos for this show. Based. So the Colton drama happened. So the Colton drama, to kind of boil it down. You okay there?
Yep.
Oh my god. Colton drama, to boil it down, was basically that this girl named Bonnie was accusing Colton. She was trying to do a Me Too thing on him, and also claiming that he was suicide baiting her. Now, Colton went on Doc on the radio to defend himself. And when that happened, it was revealed that Bonnie was told by a bigger creator about told a bigger creator about how, oh, don't trust Colton, he's a suicide baiter, he's done it to other friends of mine, stuff like that. And he basically got involved with a small time drama. So we've got this video. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but we're gonna, if you need to see any proof of DMs between Colton and Tipster, you can watch Is Bonnie Hot? I have no clue.
I don't even know who Bonnie is.
So we're gonna go through this. Yo, what's up, Yuki? So let's listen to
Yuki.
this.
This is some really surprising stuff that, again, I wasn't fully even aware about. And you can kind of fill in the details of chats. Not really understand what's going on here. Listen to this chat right here. In March of 2022, I attempted suicide. I told my close friend at the time, Hannah
Ooh,
Animal,
Yuki.
that I was going through with it. She then called a wellness check. When the police showed up, I initially lied to them, claiming nothing really happened. But after a few minutes, I decided to show them my wounds and turn myself into the hospital, where I spent a day medically recovering before then being transported to a psych ward for 3 days. I spent some time dealing with personal issues after I got out, but eventually found peace in my life around the start of April. Time went on, and I've continued to have highs and lows since, but that's life. What isn't life, however, is a vague Me Too allegation. For those who don't remember, back in early November, I was exposed by a commenter orbiter I had a relationship with throughout October for two main things. One, I was creepy and pushy in terms of being sexual and trapped her under the false pretenses of being platonic friends. And two, I faked a suicide attempt with her one night by swallowing a bunch of pills. Doc on the radio hosted a live stream a day or two later, where my accuser admitted I'd asked for consent repeatedly, even as we were doing things together one time on the phone. This is due to my fear of misrepresenting something a partner says or does because of my autism.
Shut up, Oblex.
She has clarified that we planned to get together after I outright asked if she wanted to date, and she said yes. Now, who are we talking about here? I think I remember who this was. I'm sure chat remembers, but I fuck. Oh, it was Bonnie, of course, right?
This one was Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie.
I think.
More importantly, the suicide baiting claim has existed as long as Colton has been in commentary. In many forms, in October, I was struggling with dependence on sleeping pills introduced to me by an earlier relationship. One night, I told my future accuser I took some because I was depressed and wanted to get high, as she was with another drug, but the meds were what I had on hand. I attempted giving benefit of the doubt on this claim of miscommunication because I don't have a good memory, especially when I get high, and I likely phrased it in a terrible way, also due to my altered state of mind. This individual insisted, however, that she knew for a fact I was trying to make her think I was suicidal, despite the fact that she had no knowledge of my past attempts, and that we watched movies and hung out for hours after. This is where Tipster comes in. He was behind this and much worse.
Wow.
When making her allegations, this person informed me a bigger influencer, told her I had a history of suicide baiting. I initially asked Tipster if it were him. He told me no, claiming I was way too paranoid and that he had no idea who my accuser is. Now, haven't these DMs been leaked?
Yeah, these DMs are out there. We don't have them pulled up, but they are public.
If somebody has these I know I saw them. I was reading them the other day.
Yeah.
I just didn't understand the context now reading this. I wish it was included in the document, but yeah, let me see that shit if somebody has it on hand.
Yeah.
Let's keep going, though. I apologized for accusing him. 2 hours later, I saw her as a mod in his live chat, so I had a feeling that he was lying. The day later, Doc streamed my debate with my accuser. Tipster messaged me live, apologizing for lying, but saying he didn't want me doing it to another one of his friends. He refused to elaborate and blocked me after telling him his credibility was ruined. Around last Christmas Eve, Spawnow reported this publicly. Oh yeah, here we have the fucking DMs, which we'll go into in just a second. Thank you. Holy shit.
Jesus.
He refused to elaborate and blocked me after telling me his credibility. After telling him his credibility was ruined.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Why is Tipster even involved in this shit, dude? This is insane.
Yeah.
If you remember last stream, we show multiple examples of him getting himself involved in little tiny dramas for literally no reason other than he just feels the need to.
I don't know. I have a take, but I think we'll have to read the whole thing.
Yeah. We'll get into this. Stick around, chat. Stick around.
Yeah, because it gets a little bit crazier here.
Around last Christmas Eve, Spawnow reported this publicly, Doc streamed it, and Tipster went on a blocking spree. Now, this I remember. Hannah revealed that Tipster had been telling several people about my suicide attempt. Not only that, but he was claiming that I had faked it.
Why? Why is Tipster claiming he faked this?
Did John accuse Colton of the same shit, or John Swan, or was it a different person? I think it was a different person.
It might have been a different person. I can't remember why. I don't know why Tipster's
No, it was
saying this
Pieman.
about-
Yeah, it's different fucking...
John accused Pieman of
different
fake.
commentary spoke.
Yeah, that's
but,
totally different realm.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I have thoughts on this. We have to finish this first.
Yeah.
Not only that, but he was claiming I faked it. This had turned many people against me, most of whom had never so much as exchanged a word with me before. He had gaslit a mentally unstable person to avoid repercussions for lying about an attempt on his life to others. He had also attempted to gaslight Hannah herself.
Jesus.
In multiple private conversations, she had arguments with him, trying to claim I was faking my mental illness. She, knowing my history, defended me adamantly in that context, saying there was never any baiting. Regardless, he still used her mutilated story behind her back. My DMs were swarmed with apologies on Christmas Eve. What a holly jolly Christmas!
Holy shit.
He has not said a public word about the situation since, but this is likely what he refuses to elaborate on regarding the current drama with his former friends, actually referencing Hannah and I. Toxic behavior on his part, old friends, community dogpiles, but no specifics. He has made no public comment on these actions to this day, although he did apologize privately in April. It is unknown how many people still believe these claims, though, or if he's recanted them privately.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys want to go through the DMs, I don't know if let me see if I can find it actually through Spawn Dials.
Hey, Exotic.
Twitter. Yo, what's
Hey,
up, Exotic?
Winsky.
What's up, Winsky? Spawn Dial. Where is this guy?
Hello, I've arrived to see this massive Tipster document.
Yes, it is quite massive. Yesterday's
time
stream
that-
was like 4 hours, I think. He tweets too much. I'm not gonna find it. Like, if someone can find me the thread where it should be from December, the thread from Spawn Dial where he shows the DMs, someone could get me that. I'd appreciate it. But otherwise, you know, if you need to see it through, if you want, you could see it through this video. What's up, Squatchin? What's up, Yuki? No more jiggly jiggly. So true.
Jiggly jiggly.
The jiggly jiggly. So,
Jesus.
the thing that Colton says here. So, Colton has a long history on the internet. I've had my issues with Colton in the past. He has his issues with me.
We all have.
I don't remember exactly, because I remember I did call into that doc stream, and I did point out a few instances where I do believe he did suicide bait. But one thing he did say in DMs with Tipster was he said he made mistakes when he was 17, and he's 19 now. Is he not allowed to, like how can he be allowed to grow if he's not given the chance? Like, he's basically saying, am I not allowed to never be believed again if I fuck up in the past, basically, right? And seeing that, I can agree with that statement. Also, I hope I didn't say that he was Because I'll retract it if I said it. But I don't believe I agreed with Bonnie's assessment that he was suicide baiting. Because I'm pretty sure we talked about it on Doc stream. And I said, okay, I don't think you were doing it for this thing. So, maybe, I don't know. I will put my hands up and say, if I did, I'll apologize for that. You know, I want to try and always get things as close to right as possible. But sometimes my memory's not good. But if I ever fuck up, I'm more than willing to retract statements, do stuff like that. That being said, I do have him banned in my chat because I honestly believe he's a mentally unwell person, and I don't think he should be on the internet. That's my belief. I don't think he should be banned from everywhere. It's up to everyone else's own thing. Same way if Jalen comes into my chat. Although I think Jalen is way more crazy. If Jalen comes into my chat, I'm probably just going to ban her because I think she's actually unhinged and insane. And I don't think she should be on the internet. That's just how I feel. Mentally unwell but pays his artist. Well, if he didn't, he would have got called out for that, right? Leave no. Alright. Come on, Froki. Let's not.
If there's anything
Let's
about
not do
this
that.
sphere that I can say is it's just like a breeding ground for mentally unwell people, you know? There's something about this level of like internet and commentary drama that just spawns these freaks.
Found
you know?
it. Found the
You
tweet.
found? Okay.
Let me post it.
Thank you. Yeah. That being said, the way Tipster interacted with him, we're gonna actually now we'll look at the DMs real quick. We'll shuffle through them really fast. Because I feel like the way Tipster talks to Colton is pretty toxic. And apparently he did apologize to Colton in private. I don't know exactly when that was. Tip also lied to me and said Colton was spreading rumors about me and Connor to cover his ass after repeating them on stream. Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about that. What I'm mentally saying, Yuki, you like furries, okay? Like, you're not sane. All right, shout out to Spawn Dial. But
yes, one of the tipster A-loggers that I've noticed. Yes.
Are you telling Bonnie? Okay, so this is between Tipster and Colton, right? Are you telling Bonnie that I suicide baited? Huh? I don't think it's you. Actually, okay. Do one of you want to read this with me? Because this is a lot. It's gonna be a lot to read actually on my own.
Sure. Who do I play as?
Do you want to be Connor or Tipster? I'm fat. I'll be Tipster.
Connor.
Connor? Colton?
Oh, Colton.
Okay. So let's see. He starts off by saying, "Are you telling Bonnie that I suicide baited?"
Huh?
I don't think it's you, but some woman in the community is claiming on Twitter that I suicide baited because a large creator is in her DMs claiming it. I just wanted to make sure it isn't you.
Yo, shout out to Cats a Flockin' for the 2569.
Oh,
You call them freaks, I call it content, and I am here to fund it so I can be entertained. Well, I appreciate the funding. What's up, Psych, by the way? What's up to everybody in chat? Let's go. Birth Controller W. Oh, hey, did we get a Birth Controller raid? What's up? What's up, y'all? Shout out to Tyrone. Tyrone is an official member of the Biker News team, along with Wingsky and Nerdy John. So shout out to them. They helped a lot. They helped a shit ton with this because, you know, I'm very busy, so I can't get all this information on my own. So shout out to them. Also shout out to Suplex because she helped with this specific video. Yo, what's up, right, QB? All right, so who is Bonnie?
Okay, you're cleared. Ha ha ha.
Okay, lol.
She's an e-girl that I talked to for a while, who's now threatening to go public with claims that I traumatized her over phone sex. But she's also saying that she catfished me and faked being interested, and that's somehow my fault. If you see the Colton Twitlonger anywhere, now you don't have to read it. Ha.
Oh boy. I mean, I do know you've said you were going to self-terminate, then got mad when people called in a wellness check, so...
That isn't baiting though. I regret doing that, but obviously a suicidal person will be upset when their plans are interrupted.
I mean, it depends. If you didn't actually intend to do it, it's baiting. I know of at least 2 girls you've done this to, and now I'm guessing a third is accusing you of the same? Dog! Lol! Did no one teach you how to court women? Cause saying you're going to game end in Minecraft ain't it, dog. Why? Like, this is the thing, right? Like, I know I've talked harshly to Colton before, but my main point is always, like, you should just not be on the internet. I'm not like being like, yo, you've got El Riz because you're trying to suicide bait, dog.
Riz. That's
Like,
a
what the
yikes for
fuck
me,
is
dog.
this statement, dog?
I think everyone should just take like the Planet for Weirdos advice and like, you need to get a life. You know, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Colton's kind of a weird person, and I remember talking with him before. Yeah, he's kind of weird. But let's see here. He says, "Who else did I do that to? By the way, I never faked it. I always was, or I was always struggling with that."
I'm not gonna say, cause oh yeah, Hannah, by the way, was one of the girls, by the way, apparently, which Hannah has attested that that was not the case in that scenario. So, yeah, that's clear on that. El Riz, Mike, really? You know what, Yuki? I'm timing you out just for. You know what? No, we gotta continue with this. I can't be distracted by you. I can't get one guide by Yuki again. I'm not gonna say, cause wait, did I read that? No, I'm not gonna say, cause I ain't throwing no one under the bus. I'm just saying I've heard it personally from two girls who have no relationship with each other, and now you're asking me about this with a third girl? Bro, lol. So, serious question. Why is this a pattern with you?
I mean, I guess I've opened up to a few people about it in the past when I dealt with it.
Why not just see a therapist or get medicated instead of just telling women online you're going to kill yourself? Jesus. That doesn't seem healthy or productive. And I say this as someone who had my own struggles with mental health, not someone who is trying to shit on you.
Pretty ironic coming from Tipster, considering the fact that he DMs a bunch of like random losers. But he engages a bunch of random losers. But...
No, yeah, he's constantly engaging in. If I don't know if you saw that part in the stream yesterday, Exotic, but we found an example of him back in 2019 responding to a YouTube channel with 1 subscriber. It was like, why? Why? I don't even know if I would respond to that at my level, you know? It's like...
I wouldn't.
It's like 1 subscriber. How do you even find that? You'd have to have Google Alerts on to find that, I feel. Unless a friend sends it to you, I guess. But how would they find it, right? I didn't have the same issues you did. My issues with mental health manifested in other unhealthy habits. But I beat that shit. And it seems like you need to do the same. Am I wrong?
I am seeing a therapist, and I've been doing a lot better now. I haven't been through that in months. I can't really comment on these situations without knowing who they are, but I know for a fact that I never went around just telling people I was going to kill myself. The only time I did that was with Hannah, and that was the night I went to the psych ward because I attempted. I told her because I saw her as a good friend at the time, and I wanted her to know what was happening. I regretted it for a long time after. This new chick is saying I suicide baited because 1, I told her about my abusive childhood. 2, we talked to each other about drugs we took to get high. 3, someone else told her I'm a baiter. She literally connected these 3 to make her claim. I never even told her about my history until 8030 organized a call with us last night, and she was surprised to hear it. I don't do that to people.
8030 saving lives, let's go.
Yo, shout out to 8030, bro. By the way, we've got 60 people. Jesus Christ, my Google's already telling me to put in an ad.
Let's
we
get
got
them
60
likes
people
up.
here. Can we get those likes
Like
up?
and subscribe.
But bro,
Let's
I went to look
likes
at it, and Google's like, this would be a good time to put an ad. We just started. We're not gonna put an ad yet. All right. I can't speak on behalf of that other person, but I do think your grudge against Hannah is out of line. She wanted to help you, and you turned on her for that. Maybe I'm biased because she's like my best friend and all, but I do think that's a bridge that should be mended. She cared about you, and still does. I saw how hurt she was when you guys fell out.
It wasn't that anymore. It's the fact that she went around lying to Bunk about me in DMs and outright stating publicly that she doesn't care about me. That hurt me beyond repair, and was the nail in the coffin for me not putting my trust in people anymore. Only one exception, and that backfired too. I can't mend a bridge with someone who's going to do that.
During this, me and Colton wasn't on speaking terms. Is what Hannah says in chat. I can relate to you on trust. I don't know. She was probably just putting on a front because she was hurt. I can't speak for her. Hell, she'd probably get pissed if she ever knew I ever talked to you about this. But you mentioned her, so I just kind of went for it. Anyway, I don't know what this is about. All I can say is I have heard rumblings about concerns over your interactions with women. I can't say from where, but apparently you do be sliding into a lot of DMs. Might want to be careful who you open up to. Anyways, I gotta get back to work. Just be careful, dude. Take care. I also do remember Tipster was in the chat of Doc's stream. That might not be true, but that's what I remember. He was in the chat of Doc's stream when this drama was going on. So he was keeping his eye on it.
I'll definitely be taking I think he means talking.
Taking.
I'll definitely
Talking,
be talking to less people about personal things. Please have a good day. Dude, I just heard that audio of BX. She's fucking insane. I swear, she said nothing like this to me. You were completely right.
Told you. This is the girl you were worried about? Colton, leave women alone challenge. Apparently, I was the one that catfished him into sexual when he asked me to join the... Alright. Whoa! Where did I go? Okay, here. I'm not gonna lie, dude. This looks pretty bad. That's a yikes from me, dog.
And this is a part where Tipster plays his soundboard. Okay.
Oh, God.
Responding in a sec with a link to my response to the allegations from Colton.
Tipster when he has to get involved with random Spurg drama. That's so stupid. I hate these fucking sounds. Okay, so then, yeah, the duck. My response to the allegations, Raffle. Bonnie, you are delusional. I have not even brought you up since you blocked me. You are the one who made tweets falsely claiming I'm a suicide baiter, and 8030 told me about them, which is why I went to you privately to sort it out. Oh, shit. I'm staying out of it. Of course you are. I don't cover sub-community dramas anyway. I mean, he doesn't cover it, but he sure as hell loves to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like this thing you see with Tipster is that like he doesn't do like a lot of streams or videos talking about this type of stuff, except for when it's like revolving around him.
Yeah.
But he does comment about this on Twitter, and he does obviously like in DMs and like Discord and stuff, engage in like a lot of stupid shit like this that he probably doesn't like he shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But well, let's see here.
Colton,
well, I'll just say good luck dealing with her. She's a borderline sexual predator who's trying to twist it against me, and I really hope you weren't the one in her DMs saying those things about me.
Dude, you're way too paranoid.
I'm sorry if you aren't that person. I'm just freaking the fuck out right now because people actually believe I wronged her in some way. I'd never do that to a girl, and I feel so fucking sick about it.
By the way, we've seen, if you saw the last stream, we've seen multiple examples of Tipster just straight up lying to people's face about specific situations. He lied to John Swan about leaking the fucking call. He lied to AP about the clips because he's the one who gave Psych the N-word clip for Psych to post it. And he's like, just make sure she doesn't know it was for me. So, yeah, this guy likes to just, like, lie to people's faces.
Yeah, that was one thing I remember. It was a stream. You were streaming, and then remember we talked about the whole John Swan call, because like, that's pretty bad too, because that was just like he just blatantly just like lies to fucking John's face, right? He's just like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not like recording this, by the way. Who teehee, I'm fucking secretly recording this.
Yeah,
shit.
2 liars in 1 call.
Yeah,
Interesting.
like I didn't, and I still don't feel bad that that happened to John Swan, because John Swan fucked up big time. But at the same time, I can still recognize that Tipster was wrong for doing that.
Yeah, and it's like John Swan didn't even ask him like, "Hey, are you recording this?" By the way, like
Yeah,
Tipster just
he
self-reported.
volunteered
So
that
stupid.
information on his own. Like he literally could have at least lied by omission and not said anything about recording it or whatever. But he had to on his own be like, by the way, don't worry about me leaking that. It's like, well, if you're gonna fucking lie to him, why not just lie by omission at the very least? That way you can be like, well, I didn't not tell him. If you're gonna be a liar, be a good liar, okay? I don't know about everything she is saying, but the things she does show receipts for look pretty bad.
Yeah, because she's cutting the parts where I fucking dismantle her points. She's editing it so it makes her look better. It's fucking sickening.
I'm just gonna stay out of it. As I said before, I don't do this sub-community shit anyways. An hour later, I talked to her. So he does. I talked to her and gave her my honest opinion. It seems like what she's saying... it seems like if what she's saying is true, she wasn't interested in doing sexual shit with you. That said, she led you on and reciprocated when she sent the fake nude and asked for shit in exchange. I don't know why I clicked that down arrow, as if that's... I might be retarded. Intentional or not, if she didn't say no to you or make her lack of consent clear and instead was sending you the opposite messaging, then you did nothing wrong. As for her claims of suicide baiting, I kind of agree with her. What you said does come off as suicide baiting. Maybe you didn't intend for it to come off that way, but it does. You said you were depressed and that you took a bunch of pills. That can be interpreted as suicide baiting. To me, this whole thing just seems like a lack of communication by both parties. I made some minor edits, but you're welcome to read that out loud since I can't call in. Bruh, Colton called me on Discord saying how he's high and depressed and sad and took a bunch of sleeping pills. SMH. LOL! I tried a screen recording, but I just realized the SR doesn't pick up Discord audio. I told you he does that kind of shit. And if you call in a wellness check, he's going to harass you for like he does everyone else who has done that. Laughing emoji. And then that's Augie's.
Who's the one who's the? Because that's probably Tipster.
No, that is
who's, like,
Tipster.
the,
It's gonna get
person,
confirmed
but who's
now.
the?
That's Bonnie.
Is that okay? That's yeah. Okay.
And because that's him showing like, yeah, you knew. So I understand if you're upset, and that's valid. I own that, but I wasn't going to let you do that to another one of my friends. You already had done that to 2 of my friends before, and I didn't want that to happen again. Now, again, one of the friends he's mentioning is Hannah, which Hannah has confirmed that did not happen. Okay.
Wow, and how the tables have turned too. Hannah Animal, once Tipster's best friend. Dude.
Yes,
now
we
is
actually
his
do have a
worst
final
enemy.
statement from Hannah to close.
He
the
has
stream
become the
with.
Tipster A-logger, dude. Screenshotting everything this man ever has written. Just go
She's
score
actually,
surf on the Tipster
I'm
News
gonna give a
Network, dude.
bonus shout out to Hannah because she's actually been pretty helpful with some extra information that I still needed.
Yeah, they're useful.
And Psych
But
and Tomato have also helped.
I'm also curious because he says you've already done it to 2 of my friends. I don't want to happen again, right? It's kind of weird because it's like, why is he like going out of his way to like protect this like Bonnie person? Like who, like bro, does anybody in chat talk to this Bonnie person? Like who the fuck is this Bonnie person?
I didn't know who
like, no one
Bonnie
knows
was
them, bro.
until the
Like,
Colton stuff, and Bonnie was like super new to the community. If she wasn't new to the community, then okay, maybe she wasn't. But it seemed like she was pretty new. It seems like nobody knew who the fuck she was. And then Tipster's just being like, yeah, I don't want you to fuck with my friends. You know, my friends that I've known for all of maybe 1 month on the internet.
yeah, it's weird because like, yeah, Vicky says barely knew Bonnie and she's his friend now. And it's like, I don't like the only reason I know this person is because of the Colton stuff. Like maybe they are like a chatter or some shit like that, but like they're not really well known. It's like, why is Tipster going out of his way to like gun guard this like a random girl who's just like online? It's like, what the fuck, dude?
They're all
It's like,
psychotic. There you go.
You're here as long as you know.
okay. As long as you know that you completely raped your credibility by gaslighting me.
Not really, but okay, lol.
So you didn't call me paranoid and pretend like you didn't know who she was when you were saying those things about me. You acted as if I were crazy for thinking you did it. Then you admitted it. That's gaslighting.
And that is gaslighting. We on this channel we like to meme like, oh, you're gaslighting me a lot. That is actually gaslighting right there. Okay, hold on. Gotta get angry. You're just pissed because I was right about what I told her. And now everyone knows you have a pattern of doing this fucking shit. You're not a kid anymore. Now grow some fucking balls and open up to your shit. I'm not here to baby you. I'm here to give it to you real. You have some serious issues that you need to work on. Clearly. Because this is a pattern with you. And now everyone knows it.
That's pretty harsh, man. Does Tipster have like a personal issue with this guy? Like it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, I think this guy's like a douche
okay,
or like
so
a loser, but
for,
like what's this?
For some not credibility, because there's none of that. But for some charitability, in Tipster's perspective, he believes wrongly that 2 of his past friends, which one of them have confirmed that that wasn't the case, but he believes 2 of his past friends have been suicide baited by this person, and they were then harassed by Colton. So he doesn't want this to happen to someone he believes is a friend of his. And so that is why he was kind of doing this shady shit from his perspective. The problem is that there's no reason for him to go so aggro at Colton when Colton, like he is saying, is justifiably angry that Tipster literally did fucking gaslight him and lie to his face. When he could have just been like, I mean, dude, you have like in my opinion, you have a history of doing that, and she's a friend of mine, and I warned her. But instead, he starts up by saying, who's Bonnie? Like he just lies from
What?
the get-go. He very simply he could have said, "Look, I told her that because that's what I genuinely think about you, and I'm protecting someone who is my friend. Okay, I'm sorry if that offends you. That's just the way I look at it." He could have just been upfront from the get-go, but for some reason he felt the need to lie to Colton. Like, I don't even know why he doesn't have Colton blocked if he has such a negative opinion about him. Right?
Yeah, because I know that's what you did. You kind of just like banned him from the chat.
I
'cause
banned
you
him
don't really
because
like
I
it.
don't think he should be online. I mean, if he wants to make an alt and be in chat today, since I am talking about him, I wouldn't be against that. I'm not gonna go out of my way to unban him because that would kind of distract. But if he wants to show up in chat with a new alt, I'm not gonna ban him now because we are talking about him and this is relevant to him. But like, if there's someone I really don't want to interact with at all, I will just either ban or block them. And that's it. That's like the end of the day. Or I'll mute them, you know? But Tipster feels the need to like have open communication with this person that he believes is a suicide baiter. He believes harasses his friends or has harassed his friends in the past. Like, I don't know why he doesn't have him blocked. Like, it doesn't really make sense to me. But anyways, let's continue.
He's taking the show way too seriously.
Yes.
Alright, you're right. I'm not a kid anymore. Yet you're bringing up situations from when I was 17. If you weren't here to baby me and give it to me real, you wouldn't have lied and gaslighted me.
True.
I did nothing wrong to Bonnie, and you're enabling this delusional victim complex she has. If I'm not a kid anymore, why bring up situations from when I was? How long do I have to be changed until this is no longer relevant?
Because you're still that person, Colton!
Prove it! Because what Bonnie had was me getting high.
I warned her, and less than a week after I warned her, did it to her.
That isn't suicide baiting.
Maybe some people buy that bullshit, but I don't.
You're delusional too then. To think saying I took sleeping pills to get high is suicide baiting. I made that abundantly clear to her, so it isn't miscommunication. She's outright lying.
Oh, I'm depressed. I'm gonna take a bunch of pills now. Fuck off with that shit, dude.
He's
Okay.
so upset. Holy shit. He's just like mocking him sarcastically. Holy fuck. He's so mad.
Dude, he's balding, bro.
Colton's just a random loser. Who cares about what his fucking thing is?
Who
Tipster,
cares
gotta
about
lie.
what anyone on the internet says? It's the fucking internet.
Especially to like, you know, these like random chatters and like community people. It's like, Tipster, you're a YouTuber, bro. Who gives a fuck? And or a big YouTuber, I should say.
Yeah.
Big,
He says,
quote unquote.
so Colton says, then why would we remain on call to hang out for hours immediately after? I tried to kill myself, then immediately watch movies with her and talk for hours? Make it make sense. This is all besides the point that you absolutely did gaslight me, by the way. I own up to everything I've done wrong. She hasn't, and neither have you.
Look, I ain't got time for your bullshit. If you can't own up to the fact you still are a suicide baiter, then you're on your own fucking own. I'm not gonna waste my time with someone who clearly can't see the error in their ways. I wish you nothing but the best. But I'm out. Peace. All right. So
Peace, homie.
notice here, peace, homie. Look, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
So yeah, Tipster's doing the thing where he's just the tactic of, okay, well, I'm wrong, so then I'm just gonna disengage of this conversation then.
I mean, yeah, like he can't even just be like, yeah, you're right, I did lie to you and I did gaslight you, but I still think you did this thing. He's just like, you're full of shit. I ain't got time for your bullshit. You can't own up to the fact that you still are a suicide baiter. When in this specific situation, he did not suicide bait, and as Hannah revealed, he didn't suicide bait in that position either. That's why, like, I do, like, in hindsight, I do. Shout out to Hindsight Podcast, by the way. In hindsight, I do think that he makes a good point here that, like, you're bringing up situations from when he's 17, which is the stuff I've condemned him in the past for. And, like, he's saying, how long do I have to be changed until this is no longer relevant? And Tipster says, because you're still that person. But his example of him still being that person is a situation where he did not suicide bait. So what is the logic there? There is no logic. Tipster just wants to be right and is just going to shit talk this guy because he feels like he's in the right. So Tipster did get mad about Augie covering this situation. This dude criticized John for the cami shit and then did this. That's nutty, dog. True. Very true.
Damn.
By the way, shout out to Psych.
Crazy.
Shout out to Psych and Squatch and some of the best artists. Also, Planet was here earlier, I think. He's another amazing artist.
Planet.
If you love a lot of the art on my channel, that's mostly from Psych and Planet, so shout out to them. Anyways, so he was mad because he's like, I already apologized to him privately and publicly, so I don't know why they're bringing this stuff up. The reason people will bring this stuff up is because I don't know exactly when he apologized to Colton privately, but this happened in November. If you saw those screenshots, that was back in November. April 28th. The difference in time there, hold on, let me just get the actual number. Let me make sure I'm exactly right on this, okay? November 9th till April 28th. It took him over 6 months to publicly apologize for this thing. Now, if someone wants to make the argument that, oh, well, he wasn't publicly involved with the situation, so why does he have to publicly apologize? Because he was the one that gave the info to Bonnie to make that allegation towards Colton. And therefore, it should have been his responsibility. I got this timestamp from Hannah. Let's look at these timestamps. There is no timestamp here for when he apologized to Colton publicly. He could have clipped this and made it into a short on his channel. Let's see. Maybe he did that. Let's give him benefit of the doubt. I actually didn't check. I could be totally wrong there. And if I'm wrong, I'll eat my words, okay? Let's see. What is this? Edgy jokes equals pedo.
What the fuck?
Oh god. Well, let's see.
I
Is
don't
there any
want-
title here that has any relation to that? The shot class did what? It's in my
Why?
thoughts on Bud Light, my thoughts on
Bud
Hogwarts
Light.
Legacy. Oh, would you look at that? Nothing here about Colton. You were involved in this situation privately, and that shit bubbled to a public situation. And in December, which, you know, I didn't know this happened. I didn't see Spondyle's tweets about this. I didn't know this happened until Colton's Twitlonger came out. Was it Twitlonger or Google Doc? It doesn't really matter what it is. Until Colton released this thing, I didn't know about this situation. Or how involved Tipster was. Or the way Tipster treated Colton, for that matter. Because I feel like, I'll say this. I feel like if Tipster from the get-go would have been like, yeah, I did tell Bonnie that, because this is what I think about you, and I consider her a friend, and I don't want you to do this to a friend of mine. If he would have been just straight up with him from the beginning, I don't feel like I would be that mad, or it would be worthy. Like, it's still retarded that he's getting involved in stupid-ass little dramas, but I feel like it wouldn't be as bad as how fucking toxic and vitriolic he is to this person in the DMs. And it took him 6 months to publicly apologize. It doesn't matter how old this drama is, because it's not that old when you compare it to when you apologize. 6 months. It took you half a year. You're in your mid-30s, dog, and it takes you 6 months to publicly apologize to this 19-year-old, to this guy for like doing him wrong and lying to his fucking face.
And it was after all the and this was after all the Augie stuff, right? Like
Let me
after you went
double-check.
over to DM, right?
No, this was right before, because the thing is, the order of events is that he 3.5 hours into
Well, that
this
was the
4-hour
re-upload,
stream,
right?
he uploaded this, and then Augie did a stream.
A member stream.
Member stream. Let me find if I could. Let me see if I can find. Hold on.
Banish Jormo.
Banished Jormo.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, like, why can't people in like this sphere just have like normal relationships? Like, if you're gonna like e-date somebody and it doesn't work out or whatever, why can't you guys just like go your separate ways, like normally? Like, why does it have to be like a big?
Just turn off your phone. It's not that hard.
Why does it have to be like this big blow up of like, okay, I cannot work a relationship with this guy, so I'm gonna fucking post a twit longer exposing him? Like,
Oh, and by
who
the
gives a
way, if
fuck, dude?
anyone
Just, like,
does see
break up.
Bonnie in chat, and you're a mod, you have my blessing to like ban her. By the way,
I don't even know who Bonnie is.
her
so I
name is
can't
literally
ban
just
her.
Bonnie. I think does she
Oh,
still have the
okay.
courage? I think she has the courage of cowardly dog, PFP. But yeah, if anyone sees her in chat, if you want to ban her, you have my blessing to do that. Because she did she did basically do a fucking Me Too on him. So Tipster lied. This was from, when was this from? May 21st. So yeah, this was after. But the reason why I know this was after is because Tipster then after complained, oh, he's covering drama that's like so old, and I already apologized for that, so I don't know why he's covering it. It's because in relation to your apology, it's not that old. What the fuck, leaking Augie's member content? I didn't play it. Be quiet, Froakie. All right. So, let's hear this apology.
To say he packed lightly.
This reminds me of when prison mate Luke used Peaches.
Oh God, what a
talking
name!
about
That's
her
a
mental
name I
health
haven't
and
heard
said
for
she
a
was
while.
suicide
Right? What a
baiting.
throwback.
You know, it's one of my biggest criticisms of like the commentary community is like when
Yeah.
it comes to mental health, how lightly that shit is taken. Now, am I gonna
This will
say
come
that
back, by the
nobody
way, this
uses
mental
mental
health
health
thing.
as like a shield to deflect criticism? Of course not. Like there are definitely people who do that. But like mental health is something that like shouldn't be taken lightly. Even if you suspect that somebody may be lying, you probably shouldn't take it lightly just to be on the safe side. I mean, I can own that I've made this mistake before. A lot of you guys know I got called
He can own it 6 months after the fact that it happened.
out for saying that Colton was a suicide baiter. And a lot of you guys don't know about this because I didn't talk about it publicly. I didn't feel the need to talk about it publicly, but I ended up apologizing to Colton for that because even if at the time I did believe that he was a suicide baiter, it was really inappropriate for me to say that, you know, to other people and stuff like that. So I apologize to him for that because that's not okay. I do think that like when people express intentions to commit suicide or they express that they have some serious mental health problems, that people need to take that shit more seriously rather than just brushing it off like, oh, they're just using mental health to deflect. Maybe that's the case, but I don't think we should jump to that conclusion as quickly as people do. Anyway,
Would be a bit of an.
So, he covers this in about like 5 minutes, 3.5 hours into the stream. He doesn't clip it for shorts. I'm not even saying he needs to make it a whole ass video, but he could have clipped this and put it as a shorts. That way, at least it's a public thing.
Address it.
When Colton does his twit longer, he doesn't say, like, he thought Tipster never addressed it publicly. But he did, in fairness to Tipster. But how the fuck is Colton gonna see that? You think Colton's gonna watch fucking 3.5 hours of your fucking stream with all... Holy shit. 3 hours of just fucking non-stop, just going...
Wah, wah, wah. Good one.
All these fucking retard... Oh, wait, there's a Vine boom? Shit, that's actually... But...
Also, shoutouts to whatever Shadow Humor said in chat, because that shit actually made me laugh. It says, Tipster is so good at sounding like a smart, understanding person, but he's not. He's a complete moron and a creepy fuck.
Yeah, only I'm good at sounding like I have
Okay,
an
that's pretty good.
education. Anyways.
Hey, Izzy, what are you doing?
So, here is Hannah's thoughts on the Tipster Colton situation. Told Tipster about that situation since I was worried. The situation was handled. Didn't find necessary sharing details about the welfare check. Tipster would tell me that Colton has done stuff to multiple girls. We'd argue. I voice stated to him that it wasn't bait. Tipster inserted himself in a drama involving Colton Bonnie, some e-girl, telling her that Colton baited his friend, me, using that situation in particular. He straight up lied. Here's the relevant DMs. Tipster and Colton DM exchange. We've seen those. My DM exchange with Tipster after finding out he didn't regret it. I never mentioned you, so the only reason anyone knows it was you is because of your thread. I also didn't just volunteer the information out of nowhere. She mentioned he was talking to... Are you covering the 2-mat situation? Not today. We're just focused on Tipster. We got a lot to go through. She mentioned he was talking to Colton and that he was being weird. So I shared what I had heard about what I heard from others about him. That's it. You used that situation with me and piled it in with him suicide baiting. It wasn't your business to begin with. To me, it sounded like suicide baiting. Not an answer to what she said. And I had to go at you when I had a go at you, didn't I, when I told you it wasn't. Your situation sounded like exactly like what he has done to others. I warned Bonnie, and he ended up doing it to her too less than a week. After I warned her, and not once did I name you. Was you directly involved in the situation? Did you help with the welfare check? Did you speak to the police directly involved in it? No, because I fucking did. I don't think that matters. My point wasn't to say I was. My point was to tell someone to be careful because he does this shit. That's it. My point, as someone involved and knows more about that situation, that he didn't bait and you shouldn't have used that situation. Sorry to upset you. I generally did. I genuinely am. But I did what I did to protect another person from
He
this
did.
shit.
He protected a life. He saved a life.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Dude,
Tipster's
hero
a
tip.
hero,
Shit he
guys.
does.
Yeah, what a
And
hero,
if
dude.
that makes me a bad person, then I guess I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person because I try to warn someone else about the shit he does. Okay. So, she points out, you aren't getting me with that guilt trip. I'm done babying you. I'm not trying to guilt trip you. I'm telling you why I did what I did. I'm not even expecting you to baby me. I'm a bad person because
What?
I tried to warn someone else about the shit he did. Maybe in your case it wasn't bait, and that's fair. But he has baited before, and I'm sorry, but I don't regret warning someone about it. So, that's Hannah's side of the story. And here is like an interview, Tipster and Colton interview, you know, talking about the situation. I think I had this because I didn't know exactly where Tipster apologized, but I don't know how necessary it is to go through this, but I will put it in the chat. So if you guys want to add it to your watch later, I love the watch later playlist, although for me it has built up to like 150 videos. But you can add this to your watch later if you feel the need. Again, this Google Doc will be in the description of the full edited video of part 1, part 2 together. So
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Before we move on, like with the whole Tipster, the apology, he didn't apologize. He apologized for the suicide baiting, saying he suicide baited, but he never apologized for the way he talked to him and all that. For the DMs, the gaslighting.
Right.
That's all I have to point out.
Okay. And Bud Light is gross. Who really drinking that shit? Damn. I personally don't really like beer that much.
Yeah, I'm not a big beer guy either.
Nowadays, I'll drink it if someone offers it to me, because before I would just be like, no.
I'll call him gay. There you go.
I'll call them.
I just want hard liquor.
I'll
if
call
I'm
them the
drinking.
hard
I don't
R if
care
they
about
offer me
beer.
Bud Light. Okay, so this is the AP Discord call. So AP, finally, she's back in the Goth Mommy ranks. Homies with Tipster. Here in December 2022. But oh no, she's drunk and she's mad at Spondyle, who has a knack for really pissing people off. Well, we've got something to listen to right now. Let me dedicate this to memory real quick because I don't want to fuck up. 24, 28, 41. Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, keep me in the call. Keep me in the call. Keep me in the call. Keep me in the call.
By the way, I hate Spondyle for not censoring this himself. That mother.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Come here.
Me.
What? I need you to say one thing.
Oh, let me get ready.
Hold on, everyone, shut up. Say Spondyle is a. Do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
Spondyle's a nigger.
Oh no!
Too late.
You missed
Too
one.
slow to the draw, partner.
I did it.
Okay,
You have
okay.
those Nick reflexes.
Have your. Spondale's a fucking nigger.
No, wait!
no, you didn't.
Wasn't it 41? I was told it was 41!
Here. Right here.
Spondyle is a.
What?
That's what I thought.
Okay, that was edited out. Thank God.
They censored out the kids saying
Yeah.
it because, yeah.
Call CPS. That's funny because a lot of people have tried, but
Fuck you, AP! Fuck you and your lack of eyebrows! You fucked me over, you dumb bitch! Alright, anyways.
Fuck your whatever percent black.
Yeah, this is another weird thing too. It's like why is AP in a call with Spondyle, some random loser who's just a-logging Tipster? He's just like a troll, goes into calls, acts like a freak. It's like, why even bother wasting your time with this? It's like,
Oh my.
these people,
this
man,
is-
like they just get involved in like the dumbest shit.
This is
dude.
outrageously zoomed in. Oh my God. Hold on, let's see.
Yeah, it is very zoomed in.
Why is it zoomed in so much? Fuck.
The fuck?
Just so tippy.
The fuck?
You're so
Okay. Tipster, just so tippy. Tipster tweeted a status. Yes, I heard what AP did, and no, it's not okay. I wish her and her family nothing but the best, but I do not condone what happened. Tipster news. Allegedly, Tipster's goth mommy friend, AP, got insulted by Spondyle in a Discord space and tried to own him by making her young child call him the N-word with hard R.
Yeah, and this is like the tweet that got DJ Screwdriver and like a lot of beef with like fucking Tipster. Because...
This is just his thread, like that he covered.
AP is known for leaking Tipster DMs. Here is an archive. AP is also known for saying the N-word on Tipster's livestream, unpromoted because unprompted, sorry, because she was upset at her DoorDash driver. The voice call literally said, no N-words. Tipster has yet to publicly respond to these allegations on AP. However, they did block me on Twitter after I made this thread. Diorio Draws says, based on what I've seen from the recent AP situation, why did Tipster block DJ Screwdriver for a thread that wasn't even about him, and aside from a few name drops from past dramas and clips? It makes him look horrible, like he's avoiding the drama. Because it's fucking dumb that I am expected to respond to allegations that have fuck all to do with me. I'm not their handler.
Dude, all he said is hashtag Tipster News.
Yeah, all he did was hashtag Tipster News, which is like a well-documented meme. I did not say this, Tipster. You blocked me before I said anything about you not responding. I don't care if you say anything about AP, to be honest. You are lying, Tipster. Wow, what happened? Okay. Tipster confronts DJ. Hold on. Confronts
DJ's
DJ,
response
spoiler.
to this is really good, by the way. I like how he says...
DJ does a good job here. Shout out to DJ, by the way. You know what? Shout out to all of the people that really piss off Tipster. You know, DJ, Spondyle, Alex Gekmo,
yeah.
the Reaper.
Yo,
the Reaper, I prefer the
Hey,
A-logger for this guy.
No, the Reaper. I like the Reaper because Alex doesn't like that name.
Well, the Reaper reminds me of the Grim Reaper.
Hey, Tipster.
Which is that one retard.
Yo, you want to know why you got blocked?
By the way, Ghost
Why
and
did
Call.
I get blocked, Tipster?
Oh, wow.
Because you're making it like you're trying really hard to associate with me with a situation that I had nothing to do with. What the fuck does this have to do with me? Yes, you did something stupid, and the whole time you're naming me and you're.
Mind you, he has no problem with guilt by association when it comes to Dojangles and the situation regarding what's that guy's name? The British guy who fucked with a minor.
Bert Bong?
No.
Lion Maker?
No. The guy that
Mini Lad?
the guy that did the terrible parody of bad guy.
Oh, Craig Beckett.
He has no problem guilt by associating Dojangles with Craig Beckett, making a tweet saying, weren't you friends with a pedo, stuff like that. He has no problem guilt by associating me when he leaks my DMs over a situation I'm not involved. He has no problem doing guilt by association unless it involves him. Which, by the way, again, DJ did not at Tipster. He didn't even at AP in this situation. I don't know if she had a Twitter, but he didn't at AP. All he did was hashtag Tipster News and point out the fact that AP is known for being friends with Tipster. So.
Stupid fucking thread is if I have something to do with it. I have nothing to do with what AP did. I'm not AP's fucking handler. And I don't understand why, like, I have to explain the way I feel about it when I'm not the one who fucking did it. I'm not accountable for her actions.
Did I say you were?
No, but, like, what do you think is the point of, like, fucking, like, mentioning me in the thread? Like, what's the point of that? She did something stupid that we can all agree is fucking wrong, but what the fuck do I have to do with that?
You're her friends, and that's how people know her.
So what? So we're doing guilt by association then? That's fucking bullshit.
That's not guilt by association.
No,
that's just
literally
association.
guilt by association.
That's
You're
just
literally saying
association.
she's your friend, so you have to explain how you feel about it.
I
that's
didn't say
fucking
that.
retarded.
I didn't say that though. I just said she was her friend.
So what was the point of mentioning me in it then? What was the point of
To give-
mentioning me in the thread for
to
something
give-
that she did?
To give context of who she is. People don't know who she is.
Okay, bro. Yeah, I guess so. That's why you got blocked, because this doesn't have anything to do with me, and you really want to make it about me. Enjoy your little 15 seconds of fame, you fucking loser.
Jesus.
No.
All right. Bro.
I like how DJ. I think it was this
Tipster
one. I
W.
didn't hear the full thing, but I think this is the clip where DJ's just like, "Why did I get blocked, Tipster?" And he says it like the most like straight way possible. "Why did I get blocked, Tipster?" I was like,
Tipster W that in that case.
"Yeah, dude." He's like, "Yeah, you really want it to be about me."
Oh, perfect. This is DJ pointing out. Hold on, let's look at this thread real quick. DJ Screwdriver starts with DJ spreading the news. DJ gets blocked. This happens.
Yeah, that's
then
the
Apple
timeline.
admits. Others have also come forward with similar stories of being blocked out of the blue for mentioning. He also blocked me Twitter for this.
Yeah,
Tipster, I'm
Mag.
guessing you already seen this. DJ points out Nicholas Diorio and Bo Blacks also commented on the situation while mentioning Tipster without him saying anything to them. True. Is this guilt by association? And this is the clip. Okay, now this comes to being important. Let's do a poll, all right? I'll do a poll after we listen to this, and we can decide as a community. Is this guilt by association?
By the way, you tried to make me out to be a creep a while ago. I think you got the wrong fat guy. I think you got the wrong fat guy because your boy Craig
when the
Beckett
Try Guys, when the Try Guys were trending, I thought they were talking about you.
I'm
I
sorry,
love my wife guy
but
cheating on
I'm
his
not the
wife.
one who sent a cum tribute to a 17-year-old. I'm not the one who sent a cum tribute to a 17-year-old. Your boy Craig Beckett did. By the way, you tried to make me out to be a
Uh-oh.
Hippie.
Something's wrong. I just sleep. Okay. Alright, so. I don't know. That kind of sounds like... Oh, you answered wrong? That explains the difference there. That kind of sounds like guilt by association to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
What? I'm gonna be extremely charitable towards Tipster. You know, I'm gonna be still charitable. And I'm gonna have to vote for no on this one.
Why?
Hear me out, though. Hear me out. I think, unless this is what Tipster honestly believes, but I believe that the intent of what they're doing is just to, like, roast each other. So he's bringing up just a random shit that came to his head just to, like, dig
He's
at
roasting
Daniel.
her based on her association with someone else.
All right. Well, okay then.
It's fucking destroyed with facts and logic.
Okay. I don't know if he actually would, like, shit on her for that, but if you're...
No, maybe he wouldn't shit on her outside of the context of that, but
yeah,
in that situation he did. And now you've ruined my poll, Exotic.
In fact, if you look at my original tweet, because I'm seeing a lot of people misquote this tweet, so this is what I wanted to clarify. Let me go ahead and show you this tweet again. Yeah, I heard what AP did, and no, it's not okay. I wish her and her family nothing but the best, but I do not condone what happened. I spoke out against what she said from the start. Once I finally responded publicly, I spoke out against it from the start, from my first statement on it, okay? I know a lot of people are misquoting it as if I only said I wish her and her family nothing but the best, but literally, I'm speaking out against it at the start of the tweet and the end. You want to know why I said I wish her and her family nothing but the best? I know a lot of people took issue with that, but here's the thing, okay? There were a bunch of people out there talking about how they wanted to contact CPS and get her kids fucking taken away. Now, I know people, both in my family life and friends of mine, who got caught up in the system as kids, who end up getting CPS called on their family and being taken away from their parents, and they got caught in the fucking system. And their experience with that was not the best fucking thing in the world, okay? So when I'm saying that I wish her and her family nothing but the best, what I'm saying is that I don't think that CPS needs to be called in this situation. Yes, what she did was bad parenting and it was fucked up. But like anybody who was like advocating calling for CPS, like, are you kidding? Like, you think that that's going to solve the problem? Getting kids.
This woman is a known drug abuser, a known alcoholic, is bribing her child with his phone to say the N-word, is apparently, according to Psych and Tomato, they heard her like verbally abusive towards the father. I don't know if CPS is the right option, but
what is the solution then, Tipsy?
I don't know. I don't think it's the wrong one either. I know that CPS has a bad rep, and there are bad results that can come from that. Huh?
Fuck the CPS.
True. I know there are bad results from that, but I don't blame anyone for being like, get this bitch away from that kid, because she's fucking insane, and it is not a healthy environment for a kid to grow up in. On the other hand, why address this at all? You're making the point that why is DJ mentioning me? I have nothing to do with this. If you really believe you have nothing to do with it, why'd you make a public statement about it?
Because he has to be involved.
Yeah, her child's phone.
He needs
Oh,
the
we live in a
attention.
society. True. Well, the point of me mentioning that is like you're bribing a child to say the N-word basically on a Discord call where other people can record that.
And they did record it and use it against her, so it's like, there's no point in doing that. What the fuck?
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to say one way or the other whether it is the right call to have CPS take the kid away from her, but I don't blame someone for thinking that is the case because of how fucking nuts she is and the fucking reputation she has on based on what the community has seen of her. Maybe every time she's not on stream or every time she's not on the internet, she's a fucking saint. But you can't base something off something you have no idea about, right? You can only base assumptions on information you do have. So here's some thoughts that Tipster had on Jalen. I wonder what he's gonna say here.
The Jalen stuff. Yeah, Jalen has obviously had another one of her meltdowns recently, and these are
Obviously.
not, I know a lot of people who are like trolls and stuff like that. They get a laugh out of them or whatever, but like honestly, dude, like it's hard to watch. Okay, I'm somebody who wouldn't go as far as to say me and Jalen are friends, but we're friendly, right? And I actually give a shit about Jalen. So when I see a lot of these meltdowns, I'm just like, fuck, dude. Hopefully this time she gets the help she needs and like sets up her own personal boundaries so these things don't happen. But it happens every time, and it's really unfortunate. But it is what it is. Leia something says that Discord call was gross. Yes. I'm not making excuses for the things that Jalen says or does. Obviously, she needs to learn a little bit about like self-control and how to avoid these types of situations, how to remove herself from toxic environments that contribute to these problems. Like, there's a lot of things that Jalen could be doing to prevent these things from happening, and there's a lot of things that she says and does that she shouldn't be saying or doing, right? But I will say this: there is a lot of genuine harassment and transphobia that comes her way. Which, by the way, if you are here for the Jalen topic and you're gonna make stupid comments about how she'll never be a woman, or jokes about suicide rate of like trans people and shit like that, like we don't play that game here. I will literally ban you for that shit. So don't even try it, because you will literally get that ass banned. All right.
The moral limit of like you can joke about how stupid and retarded Jalen is, but you talk about the trans thing. It's a blacklisted topic. You can't make fun of trans people. They're off the table on that. I don't know.
Well, I also disavow misgendering Jalen.
Let's just get into this. Optimus did a pretty good video on it. If you guys want to watch it later without my commentary, I'll post the links in the chat. So there you go. You can check it out. Drop a like on it. Leave a comment. Let them know the Tipster sent you. And without further ado,
Play that shit!
Here we go.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. And my bad, I might not sound normal. I have no idea. I woke up like 45 minutes ago, and I sounded a little bit off, and I haven't sounded the same ever since.
Ruin Leon in the chat says, I just can't feel bad for a bully getting bullied after the 80th time. I don't feel bad for I don't feel bad for Jalen getting called out for when they say or do dumb shit, right? Again, I'm not making excuses for Jalen. Jalen does and says a lot of really stupid shit that is just fucked up. Like I remember specifically because I became a part of the argument, their religious argument, where they were saying like all religious people should be gassed, or like the Holocaust should come back for religious people or shit like that, right? Like, I don't know. I don't agree with that stuff, obviously, and I think it's really fucked up for her to say shit like that. I think I feel for Jalen a lot, because I see some of the same mistakes that she makes back before I got my own mental health in check and before I beat my own demons. I was making a lot of the same mistakes. Granted, I wasn't calling anyone the N-word or anything like that, but like these breakdowns and this like cycle of like getting upset with people and having these breakdowns and stuff. This was very much me. If you guys ever followed me on Twitter, you would know that, before I got my shit together,
he's hiding his
I had a lot
he's
of these
probably
same
just
kind
not
of fucking
wearing
breakdowns too. And what I needed to do was, I needed to beat my own demons. I had a drinking problem I needed to beat, and I beat it.
You gotta
I had to go to
face
therapy.
God,
I was putting off going to therapy for my mental health, and I wouldn't do it, and I finally eventually got it done. And I did what I needed to do to work on my issues, and now that shit doesn't happen anymore. And so I look at Jalen and I'm like,
this shit doesn't happen anymore, mind you.
When was this posted?
This is February 1st.
Oh.
The DJ Screwdriver stuff happened in December, and then the loli stuff happens in this same month.
I can't wait shortly after.
So mind you, no, that's not the case. That stuff doesn't still happen anymore. But whatever, let's continue on.
Who needs help? This is someone who needs to get help, right? And I want them to get help. I've been behind the scenes on multiple occasions giving them advice. Look, I know these people are toxic, but just fucking ignore them. Don't respond to them. Don't
you're
let
on
them
the
get messy.
DMs all the
Don't have another
time.
meltdown again. Like, clearly Twitter's not a good place for you. Maybe you should leave Twitter. Like, I've been giving her advice behind the scenes to try and help with this stuff, right? And they just don't listen. So I'm hoping they get the help they need this time, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
Since I've gotten up now.
All right, I think that's a good place to stop there. He covers the Jalen drama. He says that he has some sympathy towards her.
Yeah, Jalen sucks.
Just put a pin on it. Jalen will come back up. Let's put a pin on it. Let's continue on.
Jalen's a loser.
So, Rum.
Doesn't need to be on the internet.
Rum. I personally
yes.
don't have a problem with Rum. Never had a problem with Rum personally. But she got called out because she had liked an image of something that people were believing was loli. Now, loli is defined as an cartoon depiction of either a child or a childlike character. Now, what will be relevant in a second is Shota. Shota is basically just the boy version of that. So.
Oh, we're talking about flamenco now?
No. That might be for another stream in the future. So, Rum liked that, and she ended up making the claim that she liked it by accident. She was just liking art. She saw that. She liked it. She didn't really pay attention to it. I'm not going to say...
Didn't Now Recording kind of start that narrative?
Now Recording started that narrative, and that's even... And Matt Pitt, like... I'm not gonna, like, assume what's in her mind if that's what she said. And I agree with that. You know, I'm not gonna say one way or the other. If that's what she says, then fine. I don't think that's that crazy to like a tweet by accident, especially if you're just scrolling through Twitter. It's kind of like, not as bad, but similar to TikTok, where TikTok you're just fucking scrolling, and you might see something and you just like it real quick and just... But instead of... So, Tipster, before... she clarified that was the situation, went on a crusade to defend Rum. When again, the only people talking about the situation at the start were people like Alex Gekmo, Spondyle, a few people in the community. Wasn't a big deal. Tipster then put a spotlight on it, and Bo Blacks saw it, and then Bo Blacks started arguing, saying, I guess this is him here. Yeah, this is loli. This might also be Maggot, because I see she's added here. I'm sorry, but I disagree. If you look at that artist, other art, it's all chibi-esque stylized art. This is a nothing burger, and I stand by that take. Now, chibi!
Yeah,
What is chibi? Very simply, chibi is just a cutesy version of art. I can give you a solid example. Let's look at Naruto. What does Naruto look like? Right?
Oh, no.
And I've talked about this before.
Careful.
This is what Naruto looks like, right? And, oh, perfect, right here. This would be a chibi version of Naruto. It's not him as a kid. It's just him looking, like, very cutesy. That's all chibi means. Chibi does not mean what the fucking image that Rum liked looked like, okay?
We're not looking at that.
I stand by my take. Rum did nothing wrong. Yeah, we're gonna try not to look at that. I will die on that hill.
Yes. The rump and dump.
Also, I had this because after the Ghosty drama, Tipster tried to make the claim that, oh, me and Ghosty were never that close, you know. But this is a private mod server, hanging out with Moogle Fantasy and Ghosty. Not a big deal, but just another example of, like, he's just willing to lie about shit for, like, not really any big reason. Like I could admit, I don't think I've ever considered Ghosty a friend, but I did consider him, like, kind of an acquaintance, and he did donate a lot, and he showed up on in my chat a lot. But, you know, that's kind of where the association ended. I commissioned Chibi. This wasn't Chibi. This focus seemed more on the hips than the head. Yes, it's definitely not.
Ago, and kind of give my thoughts on the matter. In the past, when
give us your thoughts, Tipster. Come on, let's hear this out.
Kind of taken it laying down and allowed people to kind of come to their own conclusions or whatever. And I've decided I'm not going to do that this time. There is far too much misinformation and misrepresentation of the situation going on, some of which is bad faith, and some of which is purely based off of ignorance. And as a result, people are coming to conclusions about my character and who I am as a person that aren't even remotely accurate. And I want an opportunity to clear that up. Now, I understand that not everyone uses Twitter here, and trust me, your life is much better for it. Twitter is a very cancerous place, and the last place any kind of discourse should take place, which is kind of part of the problem in this particular situation. But anyway, on Twitter there was a big commotion that started surrounding a friend of mine known as Rum, a picture she liked, and my defense of her regarding this picture. Now I get it, some of you are all probably already confused. How does liking a picture cause drama? Well, the argument is made that this picture may be inappropriate, that this picture may be qualified as something known as loli. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with loli, loli is anime-inspired art depicting children, and where that becomes an issue is when these pictures depict a child in an inappropriate manner. So some of the people had seen the picture that she liked and that it was in her likes on Twitter, took issue with it and interpreted it to be loli. Now, for obvious reasons, I cannot show the picture here, but the only thing I will say is that it was not a fully nude picture and it was not depicting a child engaged in any kind of sex act. It was a questionable picture for sure, but somewhat ambiguous in my opinion at the time. But a bit of a
not ambiguous, it was definitely a child.
Not ambiguous at all.
Twitter. And some of the people having these conversations were starting to
By the way, a big defense that Tipster says is, oh, the community doesn't know anything about anime, you know, the community's totally like, you know, look, I'll say it right now, alright? I'm a weeb, alright? I've watched a shit ton of anime. I've easily watched over 100 different anime, alright? So I'm a fucking expert on this shit.
Yeah, I'm
this fucking character is fucking loli. Well, it turns out it's not loli, it's Shota, but we'll get there.
Yeah, wait, can you pause it on the screenshot actually of the Alex? Yeah, so I first saw this, you know, we have Rump and Dump, Cum Dump, liking this random picture of a fucking
Jesus.
Shota artist, right? And normally I would probably be like, dude, Alex, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, who gives a fuck about this random freak and whatever they're liking, dude? It's like, I kind of remember the whole era of like when Taps got exposed by Xander Hall, and then we're all like, oh, remember likes and retweets don't equal I agree.
Yeah.
That was like a really big thing in that situation
Taps was a
because
spy
obviously,
op. That's right.
yeah. So remember, like, yeah, and that was like a big thing where Xander Hall was like, this person says, they have in their bio likes and retweets don't equal I agree, and this like person's like a psyop. So I always kind of was like, you know what, yeah, like likes and retweets doesn't equal the person necessarily agrees with, whatever they're liking or retweeting. So I'd be like, so normally I'd be like, Alex, bro, shut the fuck up. But like this tweet though, if you look at it, it's kind of like a joke though, in a way. It's kind of like a weird jab at like Rump and Dump, obviously, but it's also like a bigger kind of jab at like Beaverman too, to like shit on him.
Yeah,
So
but
it's not,
also
it
like
doesn't really come across like a serious like I need to fucking expose. Like obviously it's kind of like spurgy to like to kind of like look through fucking like likes and shit like that. But it seems more of a jab at
I
like
think
Beaverman than anything.
pointing out someone liking something is totally dependent on context. If I liked a pair of big fat titties, sure, someone can screenshot that and be like, ah, Michael's a simp, and that would be like funny, right? And that's not a big deal. If I like a tweet that is a thread on how to make a fucking bomb, I think that's kind of worth pointing out, being like, oh, this is a little strange.
I don't think that's a big deal.
Why are you liking this? Or if someone made a tweet like, we're gonna all attack, we're all gonna rob this specific bank at this specific address. If I like that, that's kind of interesting. You might want to point that out, be like, oh, Mike's liking some criminal activity. And if we want to even push it further, if someone was liking literal CP, not just loli, literal CP, that is definitely worth calling out. So
I would call the feds there.
Well, yeah, also at the FBI under that too. But Mike, do you love the booba? That is very true. Stand by that. But anyways,
wait, can I point something else?
Yeah.
He okay, in this situation, like he didn't at Tipster, no mention of Tipster, but when DJ #Tipster News, he called him out, and then he got defensive. He got defensive because he was like, oh fuck.
My understanding of the order of events is that this tweet was made. Rum went into Tipster's gonna explain it, but I'll just say it anyways.
He felt the need to get himself involved in this situation.
Yeah.
When in the DJ Screwdriver is like, he didn't want to get involved, like, but he got mad because he was mentioned. He's like, oh, this has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, but in this situation, he puts himself in there. By the way, this is only 22 days after he says, I got rid of my shit. I've got my shit under control.
Of this
I'm all clean now.
Now, at the time, I wasn't aware this was happening. I literally had no idea this was going on at all. But when she reached out to me to discuss this, I became aware of it. And needless to say, I know my friend. I know they aren't into that kind of shit. I know they aren't a bad person. So, of course, I had something to say about the matter. And on Twitter, I said the following. I see the usual...
Fact of the matter is, and this goes to the extent of IRL friends, you never, ever truly know someone. You could know someone for years and not know who they really are. I can use the very classic example of Ted Bundy. There were plenty of people who knew Ted Bundy, and they didn't realize he was a fucking serial killer until that shit came out. You never truly know someone, and that goes even more so for someone online. You never truly know somebody. Now, that being said, does that mean you should never defend your friends if you're confident in their innocence? No. But the defense of Rum... There's no reason why the defense of Rum should be you saying, I don't think this is loli, when it very clearly was, well, turned out to be Shota, but it very clearly was a depiction of a child. There was no reason to defend her on this, and you ended up making a bigger spotlight on the situation. Look at the screenshot of Alex Gekmo's tweet real quick. I just noticed this. 38 likes, 5 quote retweets, 3 retweets. Let's look at Tipsters.
Oh,
78 likes, 12 quote tweets.
I do want to say though, that the one of the quote tweets was actually from on the Alex tweet was from Rump and Dump, and all she said was like "lol terminally online." That's all she really said. So she didn't really take it like oh my god, this guy just called me out. Holy shit, I need to like hop in fucking like defense. That's all she really said initially.
Yeah, that's what she said initially.
And then it went to like more of like a reply thing with Tipster getting involved too, and that's kind of how things like blew up.
Yeah.
Because she didn't even take it like super, like, or I don't. I mean, it's obviously can't read her mind, but like, she didn't really come across as like taking it too personally. She just called Alex terminally online and just ignored it after.
Yeah, true.
Unquote, when they don't know what the fuck loli actually is. Some things never change. Now, the reason I said this was twofold. First, the obvious. A friend of mine was in the crossfire, and I did what any good friend would do. I defended them. And second, I have seen conversations about loli happen in this community in the past that were insane.
All you had to do, if you really wanted to bring attention to this, is I don't think you could have just simply tweeted, I don't think Rum is into loli. All right. I'm sure there's an explanation, because I don't know if this was before or after she explained on our recording. If you really wanted to go out there and make a tweet, which you shouldn't have, because you put a spotlight on the situation. If you really wanted to make a tweet about that situation, you could have just said, hey, I don't think Rum is into this stuff. You might have, I don't know what her reasoning for liking it is, but I don't think she's into it. I don't think she's that kind of person. Give her time to explain. Why is that not what you just say? Why do you go, you guys don't understand what loli is? LOL! Like, what the fuck? Why would you say that?
And even if Tipster was like frustrated at the community, because how they handle like pedo stories and stuff like that, he could have just said like, you know, it's kind of annoying trying to deal with these like pedo stuff without coming across as like, you guys are all wrong, you guys don't understand like what.
Or he could have just said like, I don't think Rum is like that, and I think you guys are jumping the gun. Like, there's a million ways he could have addressed this without him. Because the thing he says is, I do not defend loli. But he does. That's why in my parody, I said defending loli accidentally. Because he does. Because I know his intention isn't to defend loli. But that's what he does accidentally. Because his arguments for that drawing was, we don't know anything about the character. We don't know how old the character is. What difference does it make if how old the character looks? If the author would have said, oh, this character's 500 years old. What difference does that make? It literally makes no difference because it looks like a child.
Overblown. I have literally seen people cast out of this community over liking anime art that was completely harmless. Yet for some reason, this community saw an issue with it.
He's talking about Lyrics. Lyrics did not get kicked out of the community for liking loli or anything like that. He got made fun of for it, but that's not why he left. He left because, I don't remember the exact reasoning. But he left for different reasons. It wasn't because people were attacking him over liking loli.
And went on the attack. And as a result of those incidents in the past, I kind of have a real personal gripe with the commentary community and their take on this issue, which I think is often a really ill-informed take. So I tweeted out this tweet, and it sparked a massive debate between myself and the rest of the community about whether this image was loli or not. And to sum up my position as best as I possibly fucking can, my position was literally just this. Is this image loli? And if so, why? And oddly enough, that somehow got twisted into Tipster is a loli defender, Tipster likes loli, Tipster is a fan of loli, and none of that is accurate to anything that
I'll defend him here. I don't believe Tipster is into loli. I don't think he's a fan of it. I don't think he would ever endorse it in any other situation but this. Not that he's... Okay, I actually misworded that badly. I don't think he's endorsing it. I don't think he would defend this in any other situation. But he is. Inadvertently, but he is defending it in this.
I said it all. Literally none of it. People started going nuts on Twitter about how I was a lolicon, and people started firing up live streams to dissect every word, when all I was really asking was, is this really loli? Anyway, before I move on, let me make this crystal fucking clear. I do not like loli content. I do not approve of the creation or consumption of loli content. And I do not touch my cat. Loli content under any circumstances. I have never defended the existence of loli content, and I never will. Period. Now, we did eventually come to the conclusion that this was actually loli based on some digging we did on the account that originally posted it. Well, actually, it was Shota. Basically loli, but for male characters, for those of you who are unaware. But we were basically able to find translated tweets of the artist referring to it as a young boy. Which is also kind of funny in its own way because everyone was arguing about how it looked like a little girl, and it was actually a boy. Now, don't get...
It looks like a girl.
Let me continue. Let me continue. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let him continue on that. I'm going to interrupt that, though.
Now, don't get me wrong, it's still inappropriate, but this is why I was asking the questions I was asking. We knew fuck all about the character that was depicted in this image, and yet judgment calls were being made about it, and I was just looking...
Alright, chat, can I ask you a question? When it comes to determining whether that art was loli or not, what do you think was important in solving that equation? One in the chat if you think it's important to know whether it's a child or not, or two in the chat if you thought it was important for whether it's a boy or a girl. What a
Yeah,
fucking...
it seems like such a weird point to stay. Like, don't die on that hill.
What an actual retarded thing to say. Ah, ha, ha, you
guys are
fools!
wrong.
You thought it was a little girl when it was really a little boy. Ha! You fools! What the fuck are you talking about? You're fucking retarded. It doesn't matter, bro.
MikeTheBike be like, "What are you on about, dog?
What are you on about? Like, between a little girl and a little boy, they don't even hit puberty yet." Bro, you can literally see kids that look like either gender because they haven't developed the correct things to really differentiate them depending on how their face looks. Like, the gender means fucking nothing. It could have been a non-binary loli shoda, they, thema. Like, it could have been something totally different. Like, what are you talking about? I am mad because it's such a stupid...
It could have been an animal.
Do you hear how smug he sounds here? Listen to how smug he sounds here.
To it as a young boy, which is also kind of funny in its own way because everyone was arguing about how it looked like a little girl and it was actually a boy. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still inappropriate, but this is why I was asking the questions I was asking. We knew fuck all about the character that was depicted in this image, and yet judgment calls were being made about it, and I was just looking for a bit of clarification just to be sure. And once we got...
But it's like, yeah, like, he's like, it's kind of funny because everyone was so sure that it was a loli because they thought it looked like a little girl. Oh, lol, XD, you guys don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Hey,
it doesn't matter.
It is what it is.
Yo, you know what? Guys, it is what it is. Let's agree to disagree. And at the end of the day, let's continue watching this
At
video.
the end of the day...
Got that clarification? I conceded my fucking point and moved on. Done deal. Now, if you want to make the criticism that my argument was a dumb argument to make, fair enough. In hindsight, I wouldn't even disagree with you, mainly because of the way this community acts when it comes to this subject. But even I can own up to my own faults here. This was not an argument that even I am equipped to tackle properly. But in my opinion, my biggest mistake was trying to have this conversation in this community, because they too aren't equipped to tackle this conversation properly. And the really fucked up thing is that this could have been a very positive and productive learning moment, not just for me, but the entire community. But unfortunately, this community doesn't have the intellectual capacity to have these kinds of conversations. Instead,
the community does not have the intellectual capacity to talk about loli. The thing about that is people will write about it looking like a child. They were just wrong about the gender. Like, what are you talking about, dog?
I wonder how the anime community would handle this topic.
Okay, let's say this. Let's say someone posted a picture of the girl from School Rumble, right? And they said that was loli. That would probably be retarded. That would be dumb because, yeah, she's a high school girl, but she's not depicted as a child. She's just a normal teenager. Like, that would be like, okay, no, that's not loli. But this was so fucking obvious and clear. Like, God.
Instead of actually trying to understand where I was coming from. The only person who was willing to be charitable and hear my arguments at the time and understand where I was coming from was Paige Christie, and I did not deserve her charitability considering I have been a colossal dick to her in the past. And again, I really want to hit home the point that these people often have no idea what they are talking about when it comes to this topic. Just as an example, as part of this conversation, the topic of chibi art came up, and Doc on the radio, who was chiming in on all of this, didn't even know what chibi art was. Even worse, the people claiming...
I did. I pointed out what chibi art is.
To be experts who claim to know what it was weren't even giving an accurate interpretation of what it is. I mean, the bar is so low in regards to what qualifies as loli that someone made a thread on Twitter with examples that had fully clothed, non-sexual...
That is a loli!
Yeah.
That is literally a loli. Look...
Whether it's fully clothed or not, that's a loli.
This is not loli porn, this is not loli hentai, but this is a loli. This is a depiction of a child.
Yeah.
Giving an accurate interpretation of what it is. I mean, the bar is so low in regards to what qualifies
actually, they raised it to 16 finally.
Yeah,
they raised it.
Right?
Loli that someone made a thread on Twitter with examples that had fully clothed, non-sexualized characters, and I saw that and I just scratched my head like, how? Like, I'm not...
Wait, hold on.
So I love through his entire argument, he still doesn't understand what loli is.
Hold on. I got something by Suplex. So apparently... Suplex says this was what caused him to take that stance on loli to begin with. Nick originally called it out, remember?
No.
And it isn't loli. They're still minors, lol. It's fucking degenerate to sexualize any minor. Yeah, you can make the argument that it's degenerate to sexualize these characters. But yeah, like, these characters would not be loli, right?
No.
Like, that's the thing.
They're underage.
That's the thing. They're just underage. Slime would still buy that? True.
Not even joking. I truly
None to that? Oh, also double true.
Are not qualified to pass judgment on this issue, like, at all. But I digress, that's beside the point. The shit that people were getting so wrong about this whole ordeal is insane. For example, Turkey Tom said I was the one who was exposed for liking these kind of images and his chat had to correct him. Keemstar misquoted me claiming...
No!
That's true, by the way.
I don't know.
It is. Yes, it is.
By the way...
Okay.
Tipster... So, Tom was wrong about that, but what's funny is that he is accidentally correct, because in Tipster's act of defiance, he started liking a shit ton of art from the same artist. That was just a bunch more loli and Shota.
Yeah, so that's
like,
kind of because so I did watch Turkey Tom's stream about this, and yeah, he kind of frames it as like, okay, here's the situation. Like, Tipster liked a lolly image, and people called them out, and then he had to get corrected by chat. So like, if Tipster wants to make this argument that like, dude, nobody knows what the fuck they're even talking about, like, okay, well, I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. He just fires up a live stream and says a whole bunch of bullshit that's not even true. He had no idea that Rump and Dump even existed. He was just like, oh, who's this, like, I said this to her too, this 30-year-old deviant artist freak or degenerate freak, Rump and Dump. So yeah, he had no idea that she was the one who liked the image, and like Tipster was the one defending it too. So like, but also like you said too, in like response to like, because Tipster was like so confident and sure of himself, he started liking other images from the artist. So it's like, bruh,
what goes through that man's mind? Why was he like, huh, this'll show them, I'm gonna like more art from this artist? Like, what? Why? It's like, I guess it's to stand in solidarity with Rum, but it's like, it's so fucking stupid.
He's like kneeling down and raising his fist in the air. I stand.
It's
with,
like,
I stand with
you know,
cum
I'm not gonna say the rest of that.
Die on the lolly hill, when that is not what I said at all. In fact, here's what I actually said on a tweet that is still public at this moment. I stand by my take. Rum did nothing wrong. I will die on that hill. I said this because I truly believed and still believe Rum didn't do anything wrong.
You know what? That's fair enough, but not because of the arguments you were making, Tipster. Because of the fact that she clarified on our recording that she liked it by accident. If she liked it by accident, then yeah, she literally did nothing wrong. It was just an accident.
And a part of me also doesn't really like blame her, because a part of me is like, I don't know. That's the response sounds kind of like convenient, I guess. But also, Rumpa and Dump's like a not safe for work artist too, so it's like,
yeah, and
you know, something weird like that probably would show up in her.
And you
feed,
can just be scrolling through
like
Twitter, and you'll see something, and you'll just like it and keep scrolling.
Yeah, like I mean, some of the shit that you've liked, like the Kiwi sunsets and the Mishi the sheep, have shown up on my feed
I like that
sometimes.
on purpose, though.
That shit has showed up in even my like feed even too, and I don't even follow any of them too. So it's like,
I'm gonna start
for
adding
a
you
not
under
safe
those
for
things
work
now.
artist, like, no, disavow. For a not safe for work artist like, you know, Rump and Dump, I would imagine she probably does get some like kind of weird shit every now and then too. You know, it's like,
yeah.
Accidentally liked an image while scrolling through her timeline. Which, by the way, that's another thing. Everyone keeps saying I dived into the situation head first without knowing anything about the situation, and that I hadn't even spoken to her. Dog, I was literally in call with her when
Ooh.
Dog.
Look, as a man who cracks his voice a lot, you know, I understand, but that was a fatal voice crack.
Everyone keeps saying
That
I
was
dived into the
bad.
situation head first without knowing anything about the situation, and that I hadn't even spoken to her. Dog, I was literally in call.
That needs to be a fucking sound on the soundboard. Dog.
That sounds out of tune.
Dog.
Dog.
It's like AI.
Oh
It's
god.
like AI Tipster.
Fucking yodeling on that dog.
With her when I made my initial tweet. As a matter of fact, she contacted me right after her
Fine.
first tweet about it, and we talked for over an hour before I had even said a word about it publicly. Her saying that she didn't talk to me before she posted her first tweet about it somehow got spun into us not talking about it at all. And that's the saddest thing. People were so determined.
Okay, so this is the one thing I will say that is a little sussy about Rum's story. I'm still not going to claim whether she's lying or not, but if she did DM Tipster, why didn't she just tell Tipster? Why didn't she just tell Tipster from the start? Yeah, I liked this by accident. Because if that was the case, then I don't know if she did or didn't. But if she did, then why the fuck didn't Tipster say that? Oh, she liked it by accident. You guys are like making a mountain out of a molehill. Which actually, he's the one who made a mountain out of a molehill, but that's besides the point.
Determined to spin a narrative here that they were misrepresenting everything she said just to get a dunk on me. And because of that, before I continue, I want to apologize.
Notice what he says there. Let's go back to that real quick.
Here that they were misrepresenting everything she said just to get a dunk on me. And
hold on, let me go a little bit back because maybe he's referring to something else.
Her saying that she didn't talk to me before she posted her first tweet about it somehow got spun into us not talking about it at all. And that's the saddest thing. People were so determined to spin a narrative here that they were misrepresenting everything she said just to get a dunk on me.
The fact of the matter is that you involved yourself in this situation. If you did not involve yourself in this situation, it would not have blown up. No one even added you in this situation. You involved yourself. That is not anyone's fault but you.
If he knew what he was talking about, that wouldn't have blown up as much either.
And because of that, before I continue, I want to apologize to her regarding this whole ordeal. I want to first apologize that this happened in the first place. The mistake you made was harmless, and it never should have gotten this far. At most, whoever saw it first should have made you aware of it and advised you to unlike the tweet, and it should have just ended there. But instead...
If Alex Gekmo was friends with Rum, then yeah, maybe that would have been fair to say. No one has any obligation to DM anyone that they're not friends with to be like, hey man, you're doing something wrong. You did something. You made a mistake here. You should probably take care of that. You have no obligation to do that with anybody. I have no obligation to DM Tipster to be like, yo, I'm doing a stream on you, dog. I don't have any obligation to do that because me and Tipster are not friends. At most, I'll make my relationship with Tipster very clear. Before I initially left the community, I was like chill with him, maybe acquaintanced. When I came, and then he fucking did that shit where he leaked my DMs, and then I really didn't like him. But then when I came back, we decided to be chill. Everything was cool, but we were never like really acquaintanced. I did, you know, to be very transparent, I did invite him on my tier list podcast before, being like, hey, do you want to do this? And then he didn't end up going through with it, which is perfectly fine. There's many people who I've invited who ended up not going through with it. That's totally fair. However, was I ever friends with Tipster? No. I was more, I will say this, on the scale of friendship, I was more friends with Tipster than I was, Flamenco. But, but no, I was never friends with Tipster, so I have no obligation. If I do a song on Tipster, I don't have an obligation to tell him, hey, I'm doing a song on you, right? I'll send him the song once it's done, because maybe he'll like it, although I was pretty confident he wouldn't like the last one I did, and he didn't. So, that is what it is.
Also, unfortunately, I do have to go now, but it was nice coming onto the stream to go over the Tipster drama.
All right,
Always
man.
a fun topic to go
Thanks
over.
for joining us.
I'll also be on my phone watching, though, so.
Yeah, peace out, Exotic. Thanks for joining us.
We got this. Second, I want to apologize for getting involved, because I can admit it got even bigger because of my involvement. I let my prior frustrations with this community regarding this issue, as well as the fact that you were now being questioned, get the best of me. And as a result, I made it even worse, and for that, I am truly sorry. And third, I want to apologize to you for the people that used and twisted your words to spin a narrative. I know how frustrated you were to see that and how much stress that caused you, and I'm deeply sorry that happened. And to all the fucking incels who keep making this about Tipster defending one of his e-whores, first off, she's a friend, and a good one at that. And second, that's a retarded fucking argument, because I literally gave the same defense to Lyrics last year, someone who not only doesn't have tits, but also made multiple videos shitting on me. Someone who arguably didn't deserve my defense, and yet I did it anyway. And his case was even more ridiculous. Several of the images he was called out for weren't even remotely inappropriate, like fully clothed, non-sexualized characters. It was insane.
You know who was calling out Lyrics? Random people in the community. No big YouTuber was doing it. Augie wasn't calling out Lyrics. Nick wasn't doing that, as far as I remember. Tom wasn't doing it. Tipster wasn't doing it. I don't even know if Salvo was doing that. Some random fucking people in chat calling you out for something is not the community canceling. Because at the end of the day, randos in the community do not have any bigger power in this community. That's just a fact of the matter. Some random spurg telling me that, oh, your streams suck, your thing sucks, oh, you're a hypocrite because of X, Y, and Z. Someone doing that is not necessarily going to ruin my career. But it's like, that's not an automatic thing. Lyrics did not leave the community because people were canceling him over liking loli. At least that's not how I remember it.
But again, the amount of things that people got wrong in this whole ordeal were so fucked that I'm sure that I'm probably missing some. It was unbelievable. This community has literally shat on people in the past for getting shit wrong. Papa Gut is a good example. He was banished to the fucking Phantom Zone for getting shit wrong, and now he's lucky if he gets 70 live viewers on a good day. But people in...
Nobody ever... Okay, so when I first saw this video, I was so, like, befuddled. I was like, what is he talking about? When was Papa Gut canceled? Papa Gut just isn't talked about in the community anymore, from what I understand. It's just not relevant anymore. I don't recall whatever drama it was that everyone hopped on Papa Gut. Because the last big one I remember, I know recently he was getting called out for shit. But the last big one I remembered was the one with him versus Def Noodles. And I'm pretty sure people said he was in the right for that one. I don't know.
In this community are just as bad. I get that we're human and we make mistakes sometimes, but y'all fucked this one up so damn bad. It's crazy. And these are just some of the many issues I have had.
Let's rewind the tape on this a bit. So, Rum likes something by accident, according to her. Alex quote tweets it and is like, hey, look at this shit. I think Papa Gut was canceled on TikTok. Yeah, but this community is not really in TikTok, so that would also not help Tipster's point. So Alex Gekmo makes the tweet calling out Rum. Rum quote tweets it, talks to Tipster about it. Tipster puts a spotlight on the situation, goes to defend the art, to defend his friend. Rum makes the statement that, oh, I liked it by accident. Tipster continues to defend it until finally they find a translated thing where they refer to the art as a little boy. Where in this situation did the community fuck up big? The community was right about it being loli. The community was calling that out. That was what happened. Alex Gekmo called it out, and you shone a light on it. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But the community wasn't wrong on that. I don't know what he's talking about. How did we get this so wrong if it turned out it was a depiction of a child, and Rum cleared it up by saying, oh, I liked it by accident. Which, it's by accident, which means she considered it an accident. An accident is something that you do wrong, right? That doesn't mean her intent was bad, but it means that she did slip up and like it by accident. So how did the community fuck it up so bad? I don't understand the logic here.
Had with the commentary community over the course of the past year. And it's the reason for the past year that I have been distancing myself from this community. This community is so desperate to expose the next big creep or pedophile that fuck the molehill, y'all made a mountain out of a fucking grain of sand.
You made the mountain. You made the mountain. You made fucking Mount Everest out of a fucking molehill, alright, dog? Like, you made the mountain.
During this ordeal, Keemstar was saying that everyone should come together and oust me from the community, the same way they did with Flamengo. And to that I say, don't bother. I'll see myself on out. When it comes to situations like this...
If I remember correctly, I don't have the clip here. What I remember correctly was Keemstar was calling him an idiot and saying that he sounded like Flamenco. I don't recall Keemstar saying that he should be ousted from the community, but it has been a while. I could be wrong. If someone has a clip of Keemstar being like, literally like, you know what, Tipster shouldn't be in the community anymore, then, you know, I'll retract that.
Personally more interested in having civil and productive conversations to get to the bottom of these things and get a better understanding of them. And the majority of this community would rather pick at everyone like scavengers and hold internet screaming matches. Even Tommy C said it. This shit was a nothing burger. It was just another commentary community witch hunt. This community has become so much about demonizing people that they don't take the time to get to the heart of the matter and find out what's really going on. And I really don't want to be a part of that anymore. I like creating content surrounding trending topics on social media, and I will continue to do that. But as far as me being a part of this community, nah. Hard pass. I am all for criticizing people and even using our platforms to expose legitimately bad people who use and abuse their platforms to prey on and exploit people, especially children. But when we start putting the actions of innocent people under a microscope to find the next villain of the week, something has gone horribly wrong. It's gross, and I, for one, refuse to be a part of that. I refuse to be a part of a community that fosters that kind of behavior. For fuck's sake. We used to be the community that would dig deep into a topic to clear the names of innocent people and have even vindicated people with evidence who were previously condemned due to outright lies in the past. Yet somehow, we got from there to here. It's fucking crazy.
No, hold on. Who made these videos? I'm kind of curious. Who made these videos? Turkey Tom, Nicholas Diorio. Who else? Wow. Let's look at this. Willie Mac Show. I don't see Alex Gekmo here. I don't see Spondyle here. I see Turkey Tom, who only talked about it after the situation was over. I see Nick, who didn't talk about it until he did his big stream on Tipster. And I see Willie Mac, which I don't recall what Willie Mac said on the situation. I don't even know if he said anything at the time. Do you understand the difference between these actual creators who actually influence the community and some people that are just on Twitter? Like, the comparison is actually so wild.
In the past, yet somehow we got from there to here. It's fucking crazy. And I can't even act like I'm not part of the problem. I engaged in this same behavior in the past, and I contributed to this, and I just don't want to do it anymore. To be frank, with the exception of a few people in this community that I consider friends, I think the rest of you all are a bunch of fucking parasites, and I want nothing to do with that. And yes, I will die on that hill.
Alright, I'm gonna bow. But yeah, so that's the no more Mr. Nice Tip saga. So let's move on. We are now at the final arc of the Tipster saga. Here we go. This is the Boo saga of this story. The most recent. Okay? Are you guys ready? One in the chat if you guys are hyped to see the end of this long saga, this long story we've been grugging through all this time. I'm hyped because I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna need to get dinner after this. It's a lot to go through, but you know, I'm glad for anyone that's watched the whole way through from yesterday's stream and today's stream. Thank you for watching. If you're like new to my channel, I'm not gonna fucking lie to you and say, oh, I stream every day. Oh, you can catch me streaming every weekend, whatever like that. In recent times, I am not streaming as much because I need to focus on work and personal stuff and raising up money. So I just don't have the time to really be. That's why I need the news team to help me out with shit like this, because I really don't have the time to do it on my own. I will say this: next weekend, you can expect a new Tipster parody. You can expect finally the return of me and Planet's review. We're gonna upload a review of Rage Against the Machine's first album, and then the following weekend we will resume our weekly Sunday on Twitch, on my Twitch, our weekly Sunday album reviews, in which we will continue going through our Rage Against the Machine. So if any of that interests you, then make sure you have notifications on all that stuff. My Discord is freaking out. Oh my god, don't tell me I'm losing connection.
I can still hear you so far.
Okay, my Discord just went weird for no reason. By the way, your last stream isn't available. My last stream is not available because of copyright, but that is getting that song is getting muted, so it should be back up. But also, yesterday's stream and today's stream will be edited into one big video, so make sure you watch that when it comes out, if you haven't seen the full thing, or if you just want to rewatch it. But yeah, and then as for the regular streams I do whenever I do stream, I basically just play video games. I occasionally do these streams, which they're called YDTs, yesterday's drama today, where what I do is, rather than covering the dramas as they happen or right after they happen, I give it some time to kind of fester so I can go over everything, which is why I haven't really done a dedicated stream on Tipster. I think I did one for when the loli shit happened, but I've never done one until today because now I wanted to gather everything. So if you enjoy that, that's something you can look forward to. Those don't happen as often, but on the occasion, I will do a drinking stream, or I'll just do a stream where I'm just chilling and playing video games. It's not really that difficult, and there are a lot more parodies on the way. They will take some time, but now that I've done that little aside, I've done that little bit of shilling for myself, as I am wont to do, let's get right back into this, okay? So, part 5. Where are we gonna start with? Yes. So, Tipster pulls a prank, commentary committee backfires, Augie's coverage. This isn't quite lining up with how I decided to rearrange it, because I'm gonna start with Tipster here talking to Augie about leaving the community.
Well, I don't really see much of a difference in like what you're doing now versus then. That's what I'm like confused about. Like, it doesn't really make any sense to me, because if you're covering the same stuff and you keep saying like you're not interacting with certain aspects of it, like what are you talking about?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that I haven't really engaged with like the rest of the community in a while now. I mean, like even like look at like your show. When was the last time I called into your show? Right? It's been a really long time.
Right.
Yeah.
So you think like the area around like my show is like too toxic or something?
I mean, you know, I don't mean to say this to like sound like a dick or whatever, but like yeah, like to some extent, yeah. I found myself with that part of the community, just like it genuinely, truly wasn't a healthy place for me to be.
Well, why? Like, what were they doing?
I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I found myself, like, getting into these stupid situations where I was, like, responding to shit that I really shouldn't have, like, bothered with or whatever, or, like, getting upset about things that, like, I probably should have just, like, fucking ignored. And it was just, like, this, like, weird, like, impulse of, like, anytime some stupid little drama happened, I always felt the need to, like, engage with it. And so rather than, like, continuing to go through that fucking cycle, I'm just like, well, this is not healthy for me. So I need to go, right?
Well, aren't you just like? Then I don't understand like why you're like blaming like the quote unquote community for that, right? Like it just seems like a you problem. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, well,
I mean, yeah, to some
like-
extent it is. To some extent it is, but it's just one of those things where that community just caused me to like be in this like unhealthy cycle where I'm just like, I need to go. You know, like if I want what's best for me, it's time to go.
I mean, yeah, I mean, what you're saying is like the community would always like get you into acting like the same way that like Jalen would act, where you just do the same stuff over and over and over again or whatever. So you're just saying like you're sick of that, right? But in my head, it's like, okay, well, if you're sick of that, then why even cover drama at all? It seems like the main problem is like you just don't feel like you're in a position where you can like criticize people or whatever.
I mean, I
but
think
that's still what you do.
I mean, no, like I feel like there's like a way to do it without like engaging. Like I don't understand like what's so difficult to understand about this. It's just a case of like,
Well,
you know, I
being
like
kinda
to.
vague.
Well, no, like I like to make the kind of content that I make, but like it's not the content that was the problem for me. It was the people in the community that creates that content. I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward, no?
I mean, do you want to like name? I just don't know. Like, are you talking about me or Nick? Or are you talking about like who are the fucking assholes?
I mean, there was just like a bunch of people. I mean, like I'll be honest with you and say like, were there times when like you or Nick or like someone else would say something that I didn't like? Yeah, sure, like of course, right? But like at the end of the day, like it was just I don't know how else to put it. I found myself in this cycle of like running into these like stupid little fucking dramas that I could have easily avoided if I just left and did my own thing. And so that's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm doing my own thing. Right?
Mind you, the stream is from last May, and he's still, like, I mean, I guess in the last week or two, he hasn't really gotten involved, but still until very recently, still getting involved with community drama.
I guess, dude, you're big as fuck right now. Like, I'm not trying to be like a fucking dick, where I'm just like, well, say what you really mean.
Well, because the thing is like, the thing is like, I feel
like,
like you want me to like start name dropping people to start like burning bridges, and like that was never my intent. Like I'm gonna
you
go
don't have
and
to
do my
burn-
own.
You
I'm
don't have
gonna
to
go.
burn bridges. I'm just trying to figure out like what is an example of like behavior that you saw in this community where you were like, whoa, like this is fucking. I don't want to be associated with this, because when you're like vaguely implying that it's like me or Nick's community,
Drink
I
a
want to
game,
know
drink
like
every
what
time
did they
Tipster says at the end of the day, I
is
don't
it
wanna
me or
kill
Nick?
myself,
Is it like
dog.
actions we made? Is it the way that we acted? Is it our community? Is it our chat? Is it people like fucking Alex and Spawn out in the fucking chat shitting you on Twitter? Like what exactly is like the fucking
I mean,
behavior that you think is like too toxic?
I literally already said that. Like I said, like yeah, there were times when like things you guys would say like I
just
didn't
said, like, you don't
appreciate,
like-
but like
you don't
also
like-
there was like the way like the orbiters and like you know maybe I guess you could say like your fan base or your guys' fan bases, like the way they would like react to shit. Like if you want a perfect example of like something that like you said, for example, that I wasn't happy about, the coverage of like the AP situation, there was something that was said during your coverage that I don't mind if you cover it. Like it's a funny situation, right? Obviously cover whatever you want to cover. But like one of the things that you said in that like stream that like kind of bothered me, if I'm being totally honest with you, is you had reached out to me and you had asked like, yo, like what's the deal with like you and this girl? Is there something going on? Like what's the deal? And I kind of like let you know like, yeah, you know, it sucks. It's a shitty situation, but like there's nothing going on between, you know, me and this girl or anything like that. It's just, I guess she just got upset. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly what I said, but basically I told you there's nothing going on with me and this girl that's like cheating on my wife or anything like that. And then like you went on your stream and you turned around and you said, Tipster said this isn't cheating, but I got to be honest, big X to doubt. And so like when I saw that, like admittedly, I didn't really appreciate that. And that has resulted in this like constant shitstorm of like, I always have to hear about how I cheat on my wife with e-girls all the time ever since then. And it's like, do I like that? No. Like, is it
No, it's not true. It's not since then. It was since like way before that drama happened that the meme of him cheating on his wife has been a thing, or him diverting his wife.
Worthy that happened? No, it's not. But like at the same time, like, was it frustrating to deal with? Yeah, of course it was.
You think like I contributed to people saying that you like cheating on your wife or something by saying that, or are you just more personally offended by me saying?
I mean, to be completely honest, to some extent, yeah. Like I don't think that was your intention, but I think yeah, because we talked about this recently when I DM'd you about something, and I was like, I think your audience doesn't understand sometimes that it's a joke, right? Like they take it seriously, they think it's like a real thing. So like when you said that, I don't know if you actually felt like what you were saying was true, or I don't know if that was a joke, another joke by you, but your audience took it seriously, right? So.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
know.
okay, if you're talking about the AP DMs or whatever, it's like, I mean, you were fucking flirting with her in private, right?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, maybe that's your interpretation of like flirting, but no, that's not flirting. I think when people fail to
about how like hot she looks and that she was your like goth mommy and you like that shit. Like,
well, the funny
DMs
thing
were
about the
flirting.
goth mommy thing is that like goth mommy wasn't even a name that I gave her. It was someone in my chat who gave her that name. She was on my stream one time and she had her face cam on, right? And like somebody commented that she looked like a goth mommy, and it was in reference to the fact that she looked goth and she's a mom. Right? So that became like this meme between us and like all of our other friends and stuff that she was the goth mommy. So there's like so much context there that everybody's missing. And at the time she was able to take that and make it look like something it wasn't. But no, there was nothing there between me and her. It was just banter between two friends. I joke with a lot of friends like that, both publicly and privately. And I don't know, maybe you guys just never noticed that I make those kind of jokes with people who are comfortable with those kind of jokes. But no, there was nothing there between me and her. And on top of that, like she later came out and admitted that there was nothing between us. She apologized to me and my wife for everything that happened. And like still people still believe that there was something between me and her. And it's just not the case.
So like, I'm not trying to like clip shit you, but I'm just genuinely asking. Like when you're saying stuff like, I thought you looked great in that photo, goth mommy could get it or whatever, and you're talking about how
They're
you're at home
jokes.
alone.
They're fucking jokes.
I mean, there's just so many, and it's in private. It's like, who's the joke for? Like,
I mean,
what
at the end of the day, what does it matter? My wife's aware.
At the end of the
she doesn't
day,
give a shit about it. So like, what does it fucking matter?
Yeah,
like, if your view of relationship is like, I wouldn't allow that in my relationship, that's fine. Like, everybody has different like boundaries within their own relationships, and like with me and my wife, like she's okay with me making these kind of comments and these kind of jokes with my friends. So like, I don't really see what the issue is.
I don't know.
You know, if you're reaching out to me and you're asking me, hey, is there something going on between you and this girl? And I'm telling you, no, there's not. Like, why go on a stream and then turn around and say X'd out?
Bro, you got busted like talking like, just, I mean, flat out, like, whether you want to say it's a joke or not, you got busted talking like sexually to another fucking woman.
Was it really sexual though?
I mean, you were saying she could get it. Like, what's the implication?
Yeah, as a fucking joke, dude.
But that's
like,
sexual. Whether you want to say it's a joke or not, like, that's sexual.
I mean,
so obviously, when I see this shit, am I really that fucking out of line? Again, look, I'm just saying, I'm not.
So like, what was the point of reaching out to me and getting my side then?
What do you mean?
What was the point in even asking me, like, yo, is there something going on with you two? If you're just gonna turn around and say big X'd out.
Because it's still my opinion. It's just because I ask you for like what you're.
Thanks for the money, you fucking.
Look, in my
Look how
opinion,
mad.
most people
Oh
who
shit!
don't
Look
say
how
that.
mad he gets there. Because that's true. That is true. You can tell if you're friends with someone and they tell you a story. It's not. You're not obligated. You can take their word and put that into your own thing. But you're not obligated to believe them. If I have a friend, this is going to extremes, but hear me out. If I have a friend who's addicted to alcohol, and I'm like, hey man, you should really cut down on drinking, and they're like, oh, I only drink every 3 days or so it's not that bad. I'm slowly cutting it off. I can take what they say and be like, okay man, but I can still believe they're not helping themselves. I am not obligated to believe something a friend tells me. I can still have my own opinion. I'm not tied to that belief.
Joke, dude.
But that's
like,
sexual. Whether you want to say it's a joke or not, like, that's sexual.
I mean,
so obviously, when I see this shit, am I really that fucking out of line? Again, look, I'm just saying, I'm not.
So like, what was the point of reaching out to me and getting my side then?
What do you mean?
What was the point in even asking me, like, yo, is there something going on with you two? If you're just gonna turn around and say big X'd out.
Because it's still my opinion. It's just because I ask you for like what you're
Thanks for the money, you fucking.
Look, in my opinion, and most people's
No
opinion, like
dancing
when I
palm
said that to
trees.
the fucking chat,
13
they
Canadian
would
dollars
view
and
you
99
messaging
cents.
another woman that's not your
Don't
fucking
play all
wife
these games.
as like
He is only
some
trying to
like
create a
form
only
of
so he
cheating. I mean,
can
this is a
twist it and
popular
bury
opinion.
you.
You know what I mean? Like,
Don't give
this
him
is
the
not
clips.
something.
But at the end of the day,
At the end of the day,
what matters is mine and my wife's personal boundaries in our relationship.
And
nothing else matters outside of that.
Well, then if everything's good there, then like me fucking giving like a retarded take on stream shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? If everything's
that is a good point too. If there really is nothing wrong with your, like, it's kind of like flamenco reacting to the song calling him a pedo. It's like it's just a song. If you're really not a pedo, and by the way, this is not evidence to prove he is one, but if you're really not a pedo, then why does it bother you that some rando on the internet makes a song calling you one, right? Like, you just gotta be able to, and if you're a public figure, you're gonna have people say crazy shit in your chat sometimes. I'm sure one day, if hopefully this whole YouTube thing gets bigger, I'll have people in my chat that'll just randomly say crazy shit. It's definitely not true, and that doesn't mean that I gotta be like, what the fuck, how could you say that about me? It's not true. It's like, okay, well, fuck it, ignore it. If it's not true, it's not true. You already do? I mean, yeah.
like,
I mean, but like, don't you think it like sucks for like both me and my wife to see like all these people commenting about how like Tipster cheats on his wife with e-girls all the time when that's simply not the case?
Okay, I disavow
like,
that.
I get it. Like I said, I don't mind you. I don't
mind
mind you covering it. But like, you're asking me, give me an example of something that like upset you and something that like frustrated you, and I'm telling you, this is an example of something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is true. But I am gonna defend my example, right?
Yeah,
Or
that's
defend that
fine.
example.
I'm just telling you like where I'm coming from, and if that's your opinion, like, okay, cool, like that's your opinion. But like, you asked for an example of tell me something that was like bothering you, and it's like, well, here's one of the things. You know. And again, like, it's not to the point where it's like bridge burning. Like, I don't have a problem with you or like anyone else, right? I'm just kind of going my own way. You know, sometimes with friendships and sometimes with, you know, your relationships or like different communities and stuff, you realize that this is not.
Oh my god, bro, he's MGTOW, bro.
So I gotta go, and that's what I did. I did what was best for me.
Well, that's interesting or whatever. But you're picking like the Keffels community.
I mean, it's not just the Keffels community. Like, I've made a lot of friends with a bunch of different communities, but like Keffels just happen.
He says that, but the only community I've seen him in is the Keffels one. I don't know. But we got the gist of it. I don't think we need to see more. If you feel the need to watch this all the way through, and I know some of you might not want to support Tipster by watching his video, but either way, if you feel the need to watch the rest of it for context, there's the video. Now here, this is going to be a little quick aside before we go into Keffels, right? We're going to go into that. We're not going to watch this whole Destiny manifesto, by the way. Just to be crystal clear, I will.
I mean, I'm down to watch it. I can watch Destiny.
There's no shot we can. Like, how long is this?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're not watching 3.5 hours. Even at 1.5 speed, that'll only bring it down to like what, 2 hours? Yeah, we're not doing that. Great video though. I will link it. But Tipster seems to have a problem with alcoholism, which, not that I have had to suffer through it, but I do have family. And let's see what he says about it.
Addiction is a hard thing to deal with, and rather than seeking treatment for my mental health problems, I turned to alcohol. I would use alcohol to kind of like numb my pain, I guess you could say, right? And you know, lucky for me, I was able to beat my addiction. Now I have a healthy relationship with alcohol, where like, you know, I can have a drink from time to time to have fun. Sometimes we do these shot streams, we can have some fun doing those. And I don't fall into the trap, right? Sometimes we do these shot streams. I don't fall into the trap, right? Sometimes we do these shot streams. I don't fall into the trap, right? Sometimes we do these shot streams. I don't fall into.
All right, I want to talk about this because I think I cracked the fucking code. All right, in both of these fucking videos on Keffels, Tipster spends like half the runtime, 2 minutes to fucking 5 minutes, talking about his alcoholism, not her fucking meth addiction. He talks about his alcoholism.
Oh, hey, House.
Okay? Which is
I love
fine.
that show.
Just watch.
I've had people who've dealt with addiction in my family, you know, uncles of mine who've had drug addiction. My dad had an alcohol addiction, which is funny because I always said that I would never fall into the trap that my dad did. And then I got an alcohol addiction. I've talked about this before, so to anybody who doesn't know about it, yes, I've talked about the fact that I had an alcohol addiction. More specifically, my issues with alcohol stemmed from me being in a very dark place mentally, mental health-wise. And rather than seeking treatment for my mental health problems, I turned to alcohol.
I wonder where all the empathy is coming from for our meth addict, enemy of the internet, fucking person who wants every single one of us banned, including Tipster at one point. I wonder where all that sympathy might be coming from.
I would use alcohol to kind of like numb my pain, I guess you could say, right? And so oftentimes what I would do is I would go through like, you know, a pretty decent sized bottle of high proof liquor.
Which, by the way, is super sad. And if anybody in the actual audience is like getting to the point on social media when people are making fun of you, if anybody gets to that point where they need to have a bottle every 2 days, I think you gotta get off, man. You gotta leave, you gotta do something else. You gotta separate yourself, all right? If that's the reason, if you're gonna drink yourself to death, Tipster, I think it's fine to say you're gonna leave, all right? Whatever, fine, okay? We're not here to shit on the concept of alcohol addiction. We're here to shit on Tipster's execution.
You know, every 2 days. So I'd get myself like, usually it was whiskey or tequila or something like that. I'd get myself a bottle of something, it would last me 2 days. And then, you know, on the third day I'd have to buy another bottle, right? And just the cycle repeated. And like, it wasn't a very healthy way to deal with my depression. I spent a lot of money on alcohol doing that shit. And, you know, lucky for me, I was able to beat my addiction. Now
And he's gonna say something like, no, Nick, it was something going on in my life. No, it wasn't. You deactivate your Twitter every 2 days. You've left the commentary community 6 times. It wasn't. I don't care. I don't care what your excuse is or what you're gonna tell me. All right, get off the fucking internet, man. This is you, bro. You jump into every fucking. You literally just allow yourself. You have a lol cow gene. Okay, it's the fucking internet. That's exactly what it is.
I have a healthy relationship with alcohol, where like, you know, I can have a drink from time to have fun. Sometimes we do the shot stream.
This is the problem. Hold on. I'm sorry. This is the problem.
I can have my addiction. Now I have a healthy relationship with alcohol.
What the fuck does that mean? Does Keffels have a healthy relationship with crystal meth? No. Are you an alcoholic or are you not?
Lucky for me, I was able to beat my addiction. Now I have a healthy relationship with alcohol, where like, you know, I can have a drink from time to have fun.
No, that's not how it works, Tipster. If you fucking leave the internet to go to fucking AA rehab or therapy in fucking November, and you pop up in January talking about drinking beer, yeah, people are gonna ask fucking questions, man. What are you talking about?
Alcohol, where like, you know, I can have a drink from time to have fun. Sometimes we do the shot streams and.
What? 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 Yo, someone in chat, I worked in addiction services. That's not how it works. Oh, are you telling me that people who walk in on the 12-step program don't do shot streams like a hooker for money on Twitch? Are you telling me that's
I
not
resent
how it
that,
works?
by the way. I resent that statement.
Yeah, won't you go back? We'll go back, bro.
My addiction. Now I have a healthy relationship with alcohol, where like, you know, I can have a drink from time to have fun. Sometimes we do the shot streams and we can have some fun doing those. And
yeah,
I
from
don't
time
fall
to
into
time
the
to
trap.
time to time.
Bro, it's just so
What's the
fucking
difference?
crazy, man. Dude, hold on. So, I just want to point. All right, dude. Addiction is a thing a lot of people struggle with, and I think it's far more common than people realize. Last year, I opened up my own struggles with alcohol addiction, and I'm proud to say I beat my addiction. February 19th, bro. February fucking 19th, bro. March 2nd. This is like 10 days later.
You know, I can have a drink from time to have fun. Sometimes we do the shot streams and.
Are you fucking kidding me? Example number 2. As someone who's had my own struggle with alcohol addiction in the past, I hate to break it to you, Minx, but you're not a borderline alcoholic. You're an alcoholic, and accepting that is the first step in beating it.
She claimed that she faced under their custom dollars in Canadian that she's working with. Tech Justice Rehab has helped her your addiction problems. Every day is a struggle, so I wish you nothing but the best on your road to recovery. Having said that, we all know about the incident that on the right path, and I don't overindulge, and it's not addiction issues or stuff like that.
Okay, one more time. As someone who's had my own struggle with alcohol addiction in the past, I hate to break it to you, but you're not a borderline alcoholic. You're an alcoholic, and accepting that is the first step to beating it. March 22nd. April 21st.
Lucky for me, I was able to beat my addiction problems. Like, I can go to a social event and I can have a drink and I don't overindulge, and it's not like to the levels of like alcohol abuse that I had before. Basically I was able to beat mine, and I hope that her going to rehab has helped her at least get on the right path so that we can have some fun from time to time, a healthy relationship with alcohol where, like, I can have a drink from time to time.
Jeremy, looks like you had a way too much to drink tonight. As someone who's had my own struggle with alcohol. Hey, Jeremy, you fucking drunk, you pussy. Fuck you, Jeremy. As someone who's had my own struggle with alcohol.
Mine and I use that I had before. Basically I was able to beat mine, and
I beat my alcohol addiction. Okay, this one's even funnier, all right? This is probably the funniest one, all right? I'm sorry, this is the funniest one, okay? April 10th, all right? Look at this one. Look at this one. Oh, fuck, man, this one's good. Wait. wait, where is it? Did he? Oh, you didn't take it down. Okay, good. I had it downloaded. All right.
Oh man.
What's the date on this before we go? This is 2 weeks ago. Oh no. April 15th. Okay. April 10th. All right. Every time a conservative or a Republican complains about Dylan Mulvaney getting paid by a company to advertise something, the hate makes me want to buy it more. That's a pretty interesting tweet. I almost agree with it from this person. I do think that these boycotts are gay and cringe. The Bud Light situation, super fucking stupid. Bud Light literally shilled and called their beer America. Well, Budweiser, still the same company from fucking Europe, by the way, trying to capitalize on our politics, okay? They named the fucking Budweiser America, it bombed, and they did a commercial with Dylan Mulvaney in 2023. They don't care about you. None of these companies give a fuck about you. I agree, but you know what? Interesting tweet here from Tipster saying, no cap, I kind of want to drink Bud Light all week on stream just to piss people off. Guys. Tipster is so outraged about... Tipster's so outraged about how the transgender community is treated that he wants to start drinking again as an alcoholic to shit on them. Guys, does anybody think this is fucking crazy? Tipster's so mad about fucking the way the trans people are being treated on in America, okay? That he's gonna start drinking again to own them. 5 days later.
As I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware right now, there are a lot of people who are big mad on the internet because the makers of this beer and Anheuser-Busch decided to use a trans influencer to promote their products. Never mind the fact that they, as part of this marketing campaign, hired a ton of different influencers from various different backgrounds to promote their products, but because they hired this one trans influencer, suddenly that's enough to boycott the company. Now, quite frankly, as somebody who's a regular drinker of beer,
I'm sorry, bro. As somebody who's a regular drinker of beer, hey, Tipster, as a regular drinker of beer, I just want to point out, I just want to point out, April 15th, by the way, April 15th, April 15th. This is April 21st. This is days after, by the way, days after he beat his alcohol addiction. All right, as a regular drinker of beer.
I don't give a fuck who promotes my beer.
My
they
beer!
Can use whoever they want to promote the product. I just drink beer because I like drinking beer. But I think it's really silly that there's
Dude, this guy's the train wrecks of alcoholism.
People who are mad about this whole ordeal because they can't accept that, yes, trans people drink beer too. And I don't have a problem with that because I prefer to treat all people like people. Cheers.
Cheers!
The smug look, bro. That's so
fucking corny.
It is so great.
Sorry, I beat my drinking problem of my own recently, and I can safely say I can have a casual drink with no issues, but people still assume I have a drinking problem whenever they see me have a casual drink. This shit's so frustrating. Again, this is what Tipster deems a casual drink, by the way.
I'd get myself a bottle of something, but, lucky for me getting back into that lifestyle. Before that, it was rough. I was there. I could even admit with me, sometimes if I'm like really depressed or something like that, the temptation to grab a bottle and go to town.
Oh, by the way, he's still tempted to drink, by the way. He's still tempted to drink.
Able to beat,
he beat his alcohol
Now
addiction.
I have a healthy relationship
He has a healthy relationship with alcohol.
I can have a drink from time to time to have fun. Sometimes we do the shot streams. And
Tipster has no idea why people are making fun of him for doing shots on stream after he publicly announced he was quitting drinking because he's an alcoholic. Like, this is just the average Tipster drama. This is the average drama with Tipster, and this is the kind of shit that I didn't cover for the last 2 years in a realistic fashion.
Does he still do drinking
If
streams?
I covered
I think
Tipster
so.
the way
I
that
don't know,
every
though.
other fucking person in this fucking space covered Tipster for the last 2 years, there'd be a stream on every single one of these stupid fucking situations that he does to himself, alright? Now, realistically, for Tipster, what's happening here? Why is Tipster going around feigning that he's a victim of alcohol abuse, and that he's like a fucking returned alcoholic back to power, and then making fun of people for drinking, and then arguing about why you should still be able to... You know, maybe this was in bad taste, and maybe Tipster's still an alcoholic. And if he is, I hope he gets the treatment he deserves, and I hope he goes and he does like a 12-step program and doesn't just talk to a therapist and say he defeated alcoholism. Because in this clip, right here...
For someone who also deals with like addiction issues and stuff like that. You know, lucky for me, I was able to beat my addiction.
I'm sorry, that's the
Only
funniest
healthy
sentence, beat my
ones?
addiction. That's dude, you didn't go to a 12-step program if you think you beat an addiction. Like,
Has said and done in the past. But here's the thing, addiction problem. Now, as a lot of you guys know, myself and
Here's the one. Let's see. Wrist. I think it's this one. Follows. I played it before, but he says like an addiction is something that follows you for the rest of your life, and he says that he's still tempted to drink and stuff like that. So he's not like totally fucking delusional. It's either that he's currently still like delusional about his current status, or he just learned what moderation was, and he wasn't actually addicted to alcohol. He just learned, hey, I want to stop buying a bottle every day. Because you can't just like be an alcoholic and just have the casual drink, and do the casual shot stream for money like a hooker on Twitch. Okay, that just.
All right, so I think that's pretty much the. Let me be pretty serious right now. I stayed away from drugs, from alcohol, from everything till I was like 24 years old. I did not want to risk ever becoming an alcoholic, becoming addicted to anything. I was genuinely scared of that. The reason was because a family member of mine, and I don't want to get into details, family member of mine was an alcoholic. And that did impact me when I was younger. This family member of mine, thank God, never physically abused me or anyone else. So let's make that clear. I'm not going to make any kind of crazy claim like that. And I'm still very close with this family member of mine. They have been sober for 13 years. What that means is not that on the rare occasion I can have a drink, I can have a shot. What that means is they have not touched alcohol for 13 years. Because the fact of the matter is, if you have a heroin addiction, you cannot once a week be like, it's time to bring out the needle. Let's have a shot, all right? Let's do a quick shot of heroin. When you have an addiction, you cannot just revert back to not having that addiction. This means one of two things for Tipster. One, like Nick said, he is in denial of still being addicted. Well, could mean one of three things. One, he's in denial of still being addicted. Two, he was never addicted and he just abused alcohol. Three, and this is the worst one, is he is lying about having an alcohol addiction. Or having had an alcohol addiction. I'm not going to claim whichever of the three he is the right answer. Okay? Now, I don't think, for myself, there's anything wrong with doing the occasional drinking stream. Because the fact of the matter is, I have my alcohol right here. Right here, below. It's like right here within arm's length. Never once. And I'm not, let me be very clear. I don't talk about this really ever. Don't tempt me. No. Be very clear about this. I don't have perfect mental health, all right? I have my own struggles. I have my own shit I deal with. I mean, look at me. I'm fucking heavily overweight. So yeah, I have my own mental issues that I deal with. Never once do I feel the need to just grab a drink. Even on my worst day, I never feel the need to have a drink. When I have a drink is on two occasions. When I'm hanging out with my friends, when I'm doing a drinking stream. That's pretty much it. And therefore, I don't believe that I'm addicted to alcohol. But if I was, then hopefully, I would hope that I would have the sanity to not even think about doing drinking streams, to not even think about doing or drinking when I go out with my friends. Because that's the fact of the matter, is that if you have an addiction, you cannot do that shit.
Nope.
That's not something you can do in moderation. You need to just totally cut it off. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to make a bold claim about Keffels. I don't quite believe she ever did have an addiction. Or at least, well, no. I know she did have an addiction in the past. But I don't believe her recent actions before she left the internet for 2 months was because of any addiction. I don't believe that. Because the fact of the matter is that rehab, from the little research I did, the minimum time you're supposed to be there should be 3 months. She came back in 2 months. Now maybe she did quit it real fast. Maybe she has a very strong character. I don't believe that. Maybe she does. Maybe she was addicted. Maybe she beat it. I don't know. I can't say. I don't think so. Personally, I don't buy it. Because she has a history of lying. And if you need any info regarding that, this is a 3.5 hour manifesto Destiny made regarding Keffels. We're not going to watch this because it is very, very long. I will link it in chat. I highly recommend you watch this. I know it is very long. That might be hard for a lot of people to watch. But at the very least, watch any specific segment if you want info about that. Damn, that's a good title screen. Hey, his editor is fucking great. That's one thing I'll definitely say about Destiny. He's got a great editor. But yeah, I mean, you know, when I was watching Nick's, because I never even knew Tipster dealt with alcohol addiction. I never knew he made statements regarding alcohol addiction. When I saw Nick's stream about that, I was genuinely getting upset because I'm proud of my family member for staying sober for so long. I'm very proud of him. And to me, to say like, oh, I beat my addiction and I can have a drink now and then, to me that undermines the hard work that he's gone through. So, yeah, that's my opinion on that. Oh, and he also claimed that Tomato, who was 18 at the time, also played into his addiction. Money also plays into effect. Yeah, I also do the drinking streams because they make me more money, you know? But they're also fun. I have fun with Ghost and Sherry when we do the drinking streams. I think the feeling is, the word?
Mutual?
Yes, mutual.
Yeah, they're always a good time.
So, Tipster is friends with Keffels. That's pretty cool.
No.
That's
Here
pretty
we go.
cool. He claims that she's changed. She's not on that deep platforming shit. Bro, she changed. Bro, don't you know people can totally change their outlook in 2 months? My opinion is people can change. But the older you get, the less likely you are to change. If Keffels was like...
It's take a lot longer than 2 months.
Once a pedophile.
If Keffels was like 18, 19, and you told me she changed her outlook in 2 months, fuck it. I can buy it. Well, I don't think she has changed. Let's listen to what she said. Keffels couldn't answer if Augie should be deplatformed or not to, even claiming she doesn't want anyone deplatformed right after she gave her justification on who should get deplatformed. Let's listen to this.
Go insane about it.
So, are you against deplatforming then?
My position on deplatforming is that if people are using their platform in order to encourage hate speech, or if they're not moderating hate speech on their platform, yeah, they probably should get deplatformed.
Wait, does that mean you think Augie should be deplatformed?
I mean, he already was. I think that eventually... Do I think that he should get deplatformed? Look, I feel like this is a question that's going to put me in a bind. Because if I say yes to this question, he's immediately going to jump to, I am going to get him deplatformed, and I'm not about that. I'm not trying to get anyone banned. I don't care. I
don't think he'd think that, but it's just a matter of like thinking that he should be deplatformed for... Because
So... She's saying, well, I'm not going to deplatform him, but whether he should be deplatformed or not, I don't know. Fact of the matter is, she took credit for Destiny getting banned on Twitch. Now, I don't think she was responsible for it, but she was more than happy to take credit when that happened. And I guarantee you, if Augie gets banned from YouTube, she's going to be dancing on his grave. And Tipster won't say shit about it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fact. I guarantee that. I'd put I don't have a lot of money, so I'll put $50 on that. That's a lot for me. All right, I'll put $50 that she would do that. Okay. This is just funny. This is not anything serious, but I'm pretty sure it's milk. This is nominal Naomi, and that's her breast milk. Tipster says, "Prove it, drink it, lol." Hey, buddy.
Fucking weird.
That's the most
strange.
That's the most cringe shit.
Here's a
ever.
message from Noel. That guy Tipster is such a fag. Unbelievable. I've never seen such a desperate, pathetic, sad sack of shit. Edit. Actually wanted to see what replies this got, and it's got like 10 likes and 1 reply from some other sad, disgusting freak. His YouTube channel is mostly dead. I guess my opinion isn't unpopular. Good. Alright, good little there. Okay, so let me double check back here. What's this? Oh yeah. So
prank.
Wait, what's this from?
Private conversations.
Oh, okay. This is the Colton thing. Okay. So remember how Tipster made it seem so important to care about mental health? Dude, that takes precedent more than anything else in the world. Well, let's hear about this fun little prank that literally no one. Oh, well, there was a few people, but there was people like Oracle probably and Michael Alberto. But nobody with a working brainstem fell for this prank, okay?
This has got to be the most pathetic thing I've seen in a while, man. I mean, some might call it 5,000 IQ because he's got the whole community talking about it, but Tipster and Keffels have launched a brand new stunt to fool the commentary community into thinking that there is a beef, there has been a big split. After everything I did for you at Keffels, I stuck my neck out for you and put my reputation on the line to defend you. And this is the thanks that I get. Spreading lies about me. There is no loyalty in this shit. Fuck you, Keffels. Literally, fuck you. So, and then he links a video of Keffels saying why I'm no longer friends with Tipster. And it goes on. Keffels blocks Tipster. Tipster responds saying, really, Clara? Wow. And then he says, going offline for a bit, this shit has me mentally fucked and I kind of want to just be left alone. So obviously a lot of people were saying, haha, fuck you, Tipster. This is exactly what everyone predicted. I even told Tipster this, right? That as soon as Tipster starts engaging with all of these lefties, especially Keffels, who's one of the most backstabby figures in that whole community, that obviously Tipster, you know, is going to get fucking burned alive after they put him through 20 different purity tests, making sure he has the correct take, the correct stance on every single little issue and stuff like that. And then eventually when Tipster buckles, when Tipster doesn't quite fit their criteria anymore, they're going to fucking skin him alive and eat him for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Right? Which is everything that he says the commentary community does, which even if they do that or whatever, it ain't shit compared to this community, that's for sure. I mean, these people will go hard as fuck. I mean, again, Keffels literally took credit for sabotaging Destiny's main source of income. Now, it ultimately backfired because Destiny moved to YouTube, like tripled his fucking profits, became a billion times more relevant than he was on Twitch, because on Twitch he was stuck debating the same topics, going to these boring ass panels, doing the same stuff over and over and over and over again. Whereas on YouTube, he actually had an opportunity to expand, have a wider audience, a wider horizon, and grow. So ultimately, it was a pretty big backfire for Keffels, but the attempt was made, and that's really, you know, what's the most important part here. Now, is any of this shit real? Fuck no. Fuck no. But it will be real in like 6 months, or less probably. But this is kind of funny because we get to see a little bit of a beta test version. First, it's funny for multiple reasons, right? First of all, Tipster, who's constantly begging for peace, constantly sitting there talking about how, oh, they just won't leave me alone, I just want to leave, I just want to be a cool guy doing my own thing, is now engaging in admittedly a pretty funny gay op, but also a pretty fucking pathetic one at the same time. A gay op to bait people to fucking cover him, so at the end they can be like, oh, he fucking covered, he fell for it. I will admit though, this fucking video, it's like a beta test. It's like a window into what will happen. 360p recorded outside. Keffels even made a brand new fucking channel just for this.
I could tell it was bait. That's one of the things I said. I was like, if this was real, Tipster would have blacked out his account and gone private. That was like the biggest red flag for me. The other red flag was that was on this channel that was just made, and it was the only video on it.
Like, what even is this shit, man? Like,
well, not that it was just made.
Disable
but
the likes and everything. And by the way, before we even watch this, I think it was Austin. No Powers was putting up Keffels' random responses to people in the fucking community. Somebody said commentary people are all the same. Keffels, I need to stop making the same mistake. Clara, you need to stop doing this shit. This is almost as bad as when you tried to be friends with fucking Keemstar. Shaking my head. Keffels, I really want to believe people can grow and change. Whenever I give people the opportunity, they just stab me in the back. I'm never doing this again. Which is just, bruh. This is fucking hilarious. So, are you guys ready for the full video? This is gonna be some good shit right here. Willie Max in the chat. Bro, they tweeted at each other for like 2 weeks. How good of friends could they have been? Dude, okay, we're gonna watch the video, and I genuinely want to ask out if they think this is real or not. There's no fucking chance, dude. Even Michael, I will say this though, Michael Alberto thinks it's real, which is funny. I want to see Flamingo say it. Michael Alberto was like, what Keffels did to Tipster straight up evil. She saw someone who was at odds with their community. She completely separated him from it, offering him greater opportunities, then just threw him away immediately.
I don't think he
now
was
he's
trolling.
left with no community.
Yeah, is he
And I
trolling?
think fucking,
No, I don't
Tom
think
put something
Michael
up.
Alberto was
Oh fuck, I
trolling.
forgot. I thought Tom just got banned again, but I forgot. He's got a new
Tom's
account there.
friend,
Where
of
was
course.
this? Oh yeah, here it is. He was just laughing at it. He was like, "There's no way this is fucking real." Somebody put a fucking funny clip here. Fuck, it's gone now. Where was it? It was a clip from one of my streams. Why is it not showing up? Dude, Twitter is ass. Oh yeah, there it is. This is a good one. Are you prepared for like the fucking purity testing they're about to put you through to make sure every take you give is correct? And if you don't give a correct or sensitive enough take on something, then therefore like you're like a fucking bad guy. I mean, you've seen literally what this exact same community did to Keffels 2 months ago.
I mean, at the end of the day, like if this is something that I want to like engage in, like that's ultimately like my choice, right? If I end up getting fucked over in this situation, whether it's from, you know, that community or whether it's from, you know, Keffels herself ends up like stabbing me in the back or something, like, I mean, it is what it is. Like I mean, what can I say? I mean, at the end of the day, it'd be more content for you guys, right?
I still can't believe he said that. He's like, look, at the end of the day, at least you guys get to feast off of it. Imagine hinging your friendship on somebody online, first of all, because they make you feel good. You know, they make your mental health, you know, they check in on you online. You know, fuck having real friends and all that, people in real life, you know, that, no. We have internet friends, right, for that shit. Especially psychopathic, fucking, you know, egomaniac, fucking deplatforming, depersoning fucking monsters on Twitter that we hinge all of our mental health and security on. But you know what? If I'm wrong, at least you guys can profit from it. Okay, Tipster. I mean, suit yourself.
2 weeks later.
Dude, I want to say, like, if this is real, this would be the funniest shit in the world. But the funny thing is, it doesn't even really matter if it's real or not, because whether this current stunt is real or not, it will become real again in like 6 fucking months. If you guys don't think that, you're delusional. Transmaggle5 says, if you ever made the RC content cop, he would condemn you for making offensive and antagonizing content that could hurt people's feelings. Bro.
Okay, I don't think we really need to see the rest of this portion, because we kind of get the idea, right? Fake little drama. They were like, and then they were like, lol, did something happen? Anything happen today? Like, after he acted like he was like devastated over it?
Yeah, he played it off.
And then this person responded, so does that mean the whole mental health and Keffels thing was bait? All of it? Not accusing you of faking it, but what is going on lately? It was a prank. It was very obvious that it was a prank. Yes. It's not okay to fake mental health stuff, Tipster. I get this community treated you badly, but why do all this? You're really reaching. It was literally a fake drama prank. Get a clue. Reminder! We should be very careful about mental health topics. We shouldn't, you know, we should take it seriously, this and that. This person is reaching out. This person, I checked their account. They don't follow anyone in the community. They don't follow me. They don't follow anyone else in this community. They were not part of this community. It's someone with a fucking furry avatar. Like, so this isn't like the commentary, like, you know, what's it called? Sympathy, what is it called? Sympathy trolling or something like that? Where like you fake...
Concern trolling?
Oh, what is it?
Concern trolling.
Concern trolling, that's what it is. It's not like concern trolling. This person's like, it's not okay to fake mental health stuff, and he's like, get a clue. That's not the point. And this is a repeated thing from the Colton stuff. When Colton called him out for kind of being like gaslighting and being a dick, he went super aggro. This person's calling him out for kind of making light of like his mental health, and he's like, get a clue. He's getting super aggro. That's not the point by doing that. That's not the point. By doing that, it makes people like me and others who struggle to not be heard or believed. You could have done a different prank that didn't involve mental health. It didn't involve mental health, though. You literally had a tweet, leave me alone, I'm struggling. Please tell me that wasn't part of the prank. The Keffels, I guess, was funny, this? No, and that's all that will be said by me. Here, have a good day, and remember to self-care. And here they link, going offline, this shit has me mentally fucked, and I kind of want to just be left alone. And then Tipster's like, yeah, because we were doing a prank about a friendship. How hard is that to understand? Well, fuck you, that fictional alien nerd. Fuck you. Fuck your mental
your
health.
Opinion doesn't matter.
Look, I don't give a fuck about jokes. Make a joke about whatever you want. I literally don't care. But if you're gonna pretend like you're the messiah of mental health, then maybe if someone is saying this shit to you and being genuine, maybe just be like, okay, you know what? Yeah, it was wrong for me to do that. I'm sorry. How hard is it? Like, this fucking guy just can't, like, take the L and just be like, yeah, okay, yeah, that probably was in bad taste. He does that later, but to this, like, person, he just has, like, no sympathy. He's like, fuck you, you're retarded. What's this?
You're mad, and I'm a bit mad, too. So
Okay.
who's gonna explain the madness first?
I just don't understand why you're leaking.
Oh, this
my
is the
DMs when
Bo
you're in an
Blacks
argument with Keffels.
and
Have a
Keffels
problem with Keffels?
stuff.
That's cool, dude. But like, that's between you two. What's the problem? Like, why are you leaking my shit?
Cause you said that Keffels has changed, and you said that Keffels was just trolling and doesn't actually think I'm like transphobic or whatever.
Yeah, on that
and then
specific
she
day,
jumps
I didn't. On that
she
specific.
So Tipster starts this call out mad, which is very interesting because it's an emotion you see from Tipster not crazy often. So we're gonna see how this goes.
on the opportunity to fucking get a 4-year-old tweet on a parody account
So
where
what does that
nothing I
have to
say
do
is
with me,
serious.
bro? What the fuck does that have to do with me? Why are you leaking my shit in regards to a conversation on a completely different fucking day?
Again, Tipster.
Because it relates to the
Hold on.
situation.
Again, Tipster has no problem leaking DMs, leaking calls, leaking anything else to anyone else. But when it's him, nah, not cool.
Doesn't. This is a completely different
does.
conversation on a completely different disagreement you guys had.
Wait, it's about Keffels thinking I'm transphobic.
Well, yeah, because she sees like the recent tweets that you made, the other stuff that came out, and she's like changed her mind. Like, okay, maybe I think he is transphobic. Do I agree with that? No, I think you're like just being like edgy, fucking tweeting or whatever. But like that's how she feels about it.
Why? What? That's insane.
I mean, you literally have a tweet on your alt account where you're talking about like trans women aren't real women, but you'd still fuck the shit out of them. What is she
It's a
supposed to think
joke
about
tweet,
it?
and right.
What is she supposed to think? I don't know.
It's a
Like a
joke.
fucking joke that nobody
Yeah.
saw.
He's
And if
literally
you're gonna actually
giggling
sit there
at
and
it.
evaluate whether or not Bo Blacks is a good enough trans ally, which would you rather look at? His public tweets and his public statements and his stream appearances and his conversations with all of his quote-unquote transphobic friends and everybody? Or would you look at the joke tweet that got pulled up that he made in like 2019? Tipster is so fucking horny for Keffels that he's willing to, like, anything Keffels says, he'll be like, well, can I just see how she thinks? No, because it's delusional.
I'd fuck Joe Biden. I'd fuck Joe Biden. I'd fuck
I understand
like,
it's a
dog
joke, but like
fuckers.
you can understand
They're
that she
all
would be upset
random. I
about
wasn't
that,
even
right?
playing a Wait, what?
I said I can understand that you saying it's a joke, but like you can understand why she would be upset about it, right?
No, I can't, because we've had in-depth conversations about trans allyism in DMs and stuff like that, and she's just fucking going out of her way to attack me for no reason. She wants
So why
me
don't
to
you
be
have a
transphobic.
conversation with her about it? Why do you got to drag me into this shit?
Because you supported it. No shit. Especially if you had a conversation with Bo Blacks, like, what, 2 weeks ago or something about this shit? Where Tipster's making all of these ridiculous fucking excuses. Like, yeah, no shit. Bo Blacks is gonna look at that conversation and be like, okay, what the fuck is going on here?
Because you dragged yourself into the shit when you went into my DMs and said that Keffels is just trolling and doesn't
Because
think
she was
I'm
just trolling you
transphobic.
that day. You're trying to conflate a completely different conversation that happened back in May with something that's happening now. That was
Because they're
completely-
directly related.
They're not though. It's two completely different conversations.
About me being
Like
transphobic?
she literally told me that day that she was trolling you. That's why I told you she was trolling you.
Okay, and
now
you know
she's
what else
upset.
it relates to?
By the way, it's worth noting too, Tipster was taking shots at Bo Blacks that day. Now he was claiming it's like, oh, it's just joking around or whatever like that, right? But Tipster will insert himself into situations, into conflict. The person will react, aka Bo Blacks in this situation, and then Tipster will get weirded out and he'll get confused as to why are you bringing me into this? No, you brought yourself into it. Take some fucking responsibility for once in your life.
Oh,
you know?
look,
And this is
Froki. Shout out to Froki. Here he points out back in May is 12 days ago. Yeah, look, these DMs are on the 28th. This stream was on the 15th. That's like, oh, that's more than 12 days. But, point being, it wasn't really that long ago. Less than a month ago.
This is our dumb fucking petty internet autism. Literal internet autism. But Tipster can't fucking handle it in any way. Not just in the sense of he can't handle conflict, he just is a giant pussy, but the conflicts that Tipster chooses to get himself involved in. Like, he doesn't understand, like, what he's doing. Like, he is signal boosting somebody calling Bo Blacks basically racist. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be the same thing as if Keffels called Bo Blacks, like, racist or homophobic and stuff like that. And look, if you call me that shit like that or whatever, I'm so fucking used to this. It literally just, I don't fucking care. Who cares? Who gives a shit, right? But Bo Blacks has made a pretty solid effort to be tolerant, to be accepting, to be a good person that exposes good fucking values on his side. So to have somebody from his same side devalue everything that he said publicly because of a fucking joke, and then to have
Outright
this fucking
insanity.
fat loser signal boost
Oh
all
yeah,
of it.
by the way, shout
Obviously,
out
you
to
can
this
understand,
channel.
like,
He
from
does
Bo Blacks'
really
perspective,
good.
he would be pissed. But
I've
Tipster's so
recently
stupid and so
saw
horny,
him. He
can't
does
think
good
about that, right?
videos
He's just
on
so why
anime
are you leaking my
shit.
DMs, dude? Well, let's think about it for a second.
Her on my parody account, and now she thinks that's legit, even though, but she's allowed to troll that I'm transphobic. Like, what? Like, why can she troll, but I can't?
I'm just frustrated because like I'm getting dragged into this and it doesn't have anything to do with me.
You
If
drag
have a
yourself in,
disagreement with Keffels, deal with it with fucking Keffels, dude. Hello?
Okay.
So if you have a problem with Keffels, deal with it with Keffels. I don't understand why you have to leak my shit because you're upset with her.
Because we were talking about her and it's directly related to her. I don't think you would mind me showing DMs of you defending your friend. What?
I don't know, dude.
What's so bad about what's in the DMs?
I don't know, dude. I just don't think this is really fair, man.
Are you embarrassed about what you
No,
said
there's
in the
nothing
DMs?
I'm embarrassed about in
Like,
those DMs. I just don't understand why you're leaking them.
I explained to you why.
Well, I don't think that that's a good reason. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, then I'm sorry, but...
Alright, so you can see we talked about trans stuff in DMs before. She knows I'm an ally. Last month, she made jokes about me and my friends being transphobic. Tipster assured me in DMs that it was just a troll, but now she's spreading misinfo about me being transphobic because of an old 2019 on a parody Twitter. So isn't he showing those DMs? Isn't he showing those DMs to prove that that's what that Tipster said in the past, that she was trolling?
That was my reason.
I don't know, dude. So now what?
I don't know. Do you want me to like delete the tweets or whatever?
No, I mean, it's already out there, dude, so like there's no point to it.
Wow, Tipster is fucking pissed right now.
I mean, I just didn't think you would mind about me leaking something you would say publicly
Maybe
anyway.
you should ask me first.
Okay, then that's my bad. I should have asked you first. Okay.
Okay, fair enough. All right. I don't know. That's all I really had to say. I didn't like being dragged into it. Like, I understand that
He's so whiny, man.
not everybody gets along with.
Yeah, exactly. Tipster leaked out. Yeah, he leaked the John Swan call after swearing that to John that he would never post it. You know? So it's not like Tipster's sitting here like in a position where it's like, I never leak shit. That's a big personal boundary of mine. Not really, right? And it's not even like the thing that Boblax leaked was that bad. It's not like Boblax leaked DMs where Tipster was like thirsting over other women or some shit like that. Boblax leaked a DM that was contextually relevant to the shit that Tipster was dragging them in. So for Tipster to act like whiny here is just like pathetic and soy.
Keffals, I get that not everybody likes her, and that's cool, dude. Like, I have no problem being friends.
I
with
don't
people
even
who
dislike
get
Keffals
along.
up until today. I've been very nice to her.
Well, you can see
in
how, like,
DMs and everything.
No, see, that's a Boblax out. You should dislike Keffals. Not because they're fucking trans or something like that, but it's like, if you're somebody that is, you know, if you're Boblax, if you're a content creator, you should hate Keffals. Keffals is like antithetical to everything like a content creator. Like, they go after fucking platforms, they go after content, they go after fucking anything, they want to lie, slander, smear. I mean, think about all the people we've gone after in the past. I'm Alex. You know, think about any single person that's like fucking accused anybody of anything falsely or whatever. It's like Keffals fits the mold in every possible way. Susie Liu, I mean, give me a break. Keffals makes Susie Liu look like a fucking, like, completely innocent person that Tipster made too many videos on.
Understand how
I've been
those tweets-
extremely nice to her.
You can understand how those tweets, now that like everybody knows that you're alt, and like you're talking about like, what the fuck did that account say? You can understand.
And also, yeah, Keffals supplying the stuff to minors or whatever. Look, I'm just gonna flat out say it or whatever. That shit is fucked up. Obviously, it shouldn't even be a brave take to say, you know? The Bob posting shit, but even just the concept of sending DIY hormones to fucking minors is fucked. Against their parents' permission because, oh, the parents could be transphobic and not want their kids to transition. Dude, it's the parents' fucking decision. It's the parents' fucking responsibility.
Okay, so this is, again, a long thing, so if you guys want, I don't know if we come back to this video. We do. Okay, we come back to this video for the debate, so we'll be back on this. So let's see what Boblax tweeted out. Boblax says, Tipster keeps saying that I dragged him into my feud with Keffals, but he inserted himself. This is a clip from the same stream where he called me up to have a discussion with him and Keffals, where he brings me up out of nowhere and says I'm sexually harassing Clara.
Boblax thing. So, wait, what Boblax thing? Boblax last night was streaming and he accidentally leaked an alt account that he had called, I can't say the name of the account without laughing. Throbbing Horsecock is the name of the account. And there's a lot of very interesting tweets on that account. You can tell it's basically like a shitpost account for him, but he said some pretty yikesy stuff on there, I'm not gonna lie.
Yikes!
Pretty insane shit. And I guess, Clara is not too happy about the tweet that he made in response to me. Understandably. Because it's a pretty yikes tweet for sure. So he made a tweet in response to me that, on his alt account that, yeah, it's pretty yikes. I'm just gonna call it what it is. I'm gonna be real. It's a pretty yikes tweet. Well, I showed the tweet earlier on stream. Don't worry, Boblax, we all get caught out using alt accounts. I mean, I don't have any fucking alt accounts. I have one account that's an alt account, and its only purpose is so I can view tweets on stream from accounts that I have blocked, that have me blocked. That's its only purpose. He made a few sexually harassing tweets. Yeah, that's why Clara's not too happy about the recent one. And yeah, I mean, it can be interpreted as sexual harassment 100%. Starting to see a pattern here, and I show a tweet from Leafy where he says, I could definitely fuck a hot girl with a dick as long as I don't have to suck her balls or anything totally gay. And then this is the Boblax alt. Trans women aren't real women, but I'd still fuck the shit out of them. So I tweeted out,
how is
as a
that
shitpost,
harassment?
starting to see a pattern here. And he quote tweeted that with the alt. Back off, Keffals, Tubby. She needs a real 9-incher right now. Which is probably not the best tweet to make. I'm just gonna be real.
No, that's the perfect tweet to make.
It's a fucking joke. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and it's a joke. Okay. So he doesn't want to get involved in the drama. Like, I don't want to get involved in this. All right, that's between you and Keffals. However, I will show your tweet on stream, and I will talk about it, and I will clarify that I think that it can be interpreted as sexual harassment. Tipster loved this sexual harassing joke at Keffals just 12 minutes prior on the same stream. Ooh, let's hear what this is. Interesting.
Let me see. Oh my god!
He's laughing it up.
Boblax responded to me from his alt account, the Throbbing
it's the same
Horsecock
one,
account.
but he's laughing now. Okay. I thought it was gonna be a different joke.
I made a tweet, back off Keppel's Tubby, she needs a real 9-incher right now. Oh my... What the fuck, Boblax? Holy shit!
Yeah.
He even used the soundboard. He even used the soundboard.
Oh shit!
Oh
Hold
my
on.
god. No fucking way.
That means he avows
No
it.
fucking way, dude. Let me see.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because whenever he makes a good take, whenever he makes what he thinks is a good take from himself, he has the cheering thing. Whenever a friend of his is gonna come on the stream, or if he ever from the littles I've seen, like I saw him like be like my friend Pity Page, and then he just played the cheering thing.
Yeah.
No fucking way. Oh my god.
So
No
yeah, that
fucking
is
way.
cheerworthy.
No fucking way.
Looks like he sent this yikesy tweet to Keffels when she responded with disgust. Then the tweet became unfunny and harassment. Not getting involved, by the way. So, interesting. So, here's a funny little tweet, isn't it? Oh, yes. Y'all remember how he doesn't like the cheating jokes about his wife. He doesn't like jokes about how he's unfaithful, how him and his wife are getting divorced. He doesn't like jokes about his wife. Leave my wife's name out of your mouth. All that stuff, right? Keemstar puts the living rent-free thing because, I mean, that's what Tipster does. Oh, all press is good press, so I'm living rent-free in your head. Isn't it time you take your girlfriend out for her weekend playdate? Game in which? Dude, you deadass defended him on this many times. Why the sudden change? Do you know what a joke is, or is that a foreign concept to you? Totally okay to make jokes about Keemstar dating a very young woman, make jokes about the implications of it being what Ethan said at times, borderline pedophilia. Totally cool for you to make jokes like that, but God, oh my God. Please do not make jokes about me cheating on my wife, despite the fact that I make flirting jokes towards other women. Please do not make jokes about me and my wife getting a divorce. Do not say anything like that. I cannot allow that. Not allow that. Here's the thing. Tipster, 2008.
The common comp.
Whoever played for my downfall, you lost.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Love this. Funny. So Tippy is covering his ass yet again. My joke was at their appearance, comparing them to Kurt Cobain before he pulled the trigger. Proud to be just a Tippy mod. Why be a mod for someone who told you to kill yourself? Funny you say that. We literally talked about that recently. I never told them to game in. Rather, dishonest people twisted what I said to mean something it didn't. My joke was a joke at their appearance, comparing them to Kurt Cobain. It wasn't a call for them to game in. Well, let's see. You look like Kurt Cobain before you pulled the trigger. You don't have to end it like this. Get help. Suicide prevention hotline.
Yeah, it's just a joke.
Yeah, okay. So, technically, no, you're not telling someone to kill themselves. That is true. You're just making a joke that, hey, you look, like, first of all, this doesn't even look like Kurt Cobain. If anything, it kind of looks a little more like XQC, if I'm going to be honest. Yeah. But, it's like, it's very clear the kind of joke you're making. You're making a suicide-related joke. You're not telling them to kill themselves. You're doing a roundabout way of getting the kind of same idea across. Here's a debate between all of them.
Okay, hold on.
We'll watch
you
like
guys can't
10
hear it on
minutes of this,
stream, but
more or
my
less.
mic is just fucking full of static. There we go. Hello?
Hello, how's it going?
Alright, 1 second. You guys can't hear it. I think it sounds fine on stream, but my mic is fucking up. Hello?
Hello.
Yo, what's up? You got fucking mogged by Boblax. I mean, let's just set the record straight.
Not
here.
really. This
you tried to shame him for
wasn't
like
a
an
debate.
hour about how a joke that he made in his private that nobody saw was somehow offensive and undermines all of his like pro-trans
What do you mean
advocacy for
offensive?
fucking years.
You realize that right now you're the one screaming. You're the one acting like an SJW. You've
That's
been
not going to work
screeching
yourself
all
in
night, but
2016.
you
You're
were
an
trying to
SJW? Is
resolve
that
the
really a line of argumentation you're going to use right now? Is you're an SJW? I mean, for the people
Yes,
that
because
sit there and claim that people are stuck in
you have this
2016,
really
that's a
emotional
2016
attitude.
argument.
You can never come from anything logically, and that's
The
your
only
biggest
emotional
flaw.
attitude that's being displayed here is from you by looking at a tweet
Why
that
are you
Boblax
yelling
made.
then?
I'm not yelling. I'm talking to you.
You are yelling. You should calm
Do you
down
think
and
this is
actually have
yelling?
a civilized
Wait,
conversation.
are you upset? Do you think this is yelling? Calm down, buddy. It's fine.
This is. You're really gonna project like that onto me?
Is this entire call just know you? I mean, this is some weak shit right here. I expected better.
This isn't no you. I want to get off on equal footing and actually just talk. What is the issue that you have?
I think that your criticism against Boblax is completely fucking retarded.
I don't even
You're
think
sitting
you
there-
understand what the criticism was.
The criticism is that A, Boblax was sexually harassing you, which is hilarious, and B, that Boblax making a joke in
That's
his
true.
account means that he was transphobic against you. That doesn't make any fucking sense. What, because he said, trans women aren't women, but I'd fuck the shit out of them, lol, on an account that nobody saw? Really? You're gonna act like that's harm or that's
I don't
violence?
talk about you, so you think pronouns
Oh,
are
you want to
bullshit
change
now?
the
You're just
subject.
going to start
So you're going
misgendering
to change
people?
the subject now because you can't answer for
I'm not
your
I'm
failed
not changing the subject. You're
confrontation
going
against
over old
Boblax. You
news,
lost.
and you're trying to dissect a
You
conflict that
lost.
was already
It wasn't
disarmed.
resolved. Boblax
The
thinks
point
you
of this
suck. You wrote it in the
conversation
chat.
wasn't a
You
debate.
lost.
It wasn't a win or
Wait,
a lose. There was a
Did
conflict.
Augie misgender her?
I didn't hear it if he did.
I don't. I'm fairly certain that Augie has never... hands up. I don't remember. I'm fairly certain Augie has never misgendered Keffels. Okay? I don't even think as a joke he has. But I could be wrong. Again, like I've been saying throughout both the streams, if I get something wrong and you can show it to me, I'll put my hands up and say, yeah, okay, I messed that up.
Like over a misunderstanding.
Well, I think you lost. I'm watching this right now. This is a big fat L. You got ratio.
I'm sure you think a lot of things, little buddy, but you don't understand the world around you very well.
That's amazing to hear from you. Yeah, you lost. You fucking lost. What do you want to say?
Lost what? This wasn't a debate.
Your argument. Okay, well, let's talk about this then, because we can talk about the pronoun stuff for a second. But I want to stay on topic here. I don't want you to pivot. You actually thought that Boblax making a joke in his private account meant that he was somehow transphobic.
Fucking pronouns or any of this shit.
Hello?
But again, it's not enough. So fuck it.
So you're just playing a call. We can talk about pronouns. Let's talk about Boblax. But you don't want to talk about it. You're just pivoting because you lost. You failed. You're just playing the stream that said before. Pronouns are bullshit. I just said it right now. Now can we talk about the subject that's at hand right now?
You just say, oh, well, there he goes, mask
This
off. is
based. I agree with this.
Shit. He's transphobic my entire fucking career. So fuck it.
Fuck
I'm
it.
going mask off.
I'm going mask off.
I'm really glad because you've been a pussy up until now.
Why?
Like, I know that you believe those things, but you would never say it.
So what do I believe?
So, like, this
By the way,
entire
you're pivoting, by
thing
the way, so you've completely surrendered the argument that Boblax... You lost the conversation with Boblax.
No.
You completely surrendered. The entire chat is telling you that you're a coward.
Augie, please shut the fuck up for a
Are
moment.
you
Just
mad?
listen, okay?
Are you mad? Calm down, buddy.
Oh my god.
You need to calm down. It's okay. We can have a conversation, but if you're going to pivot and change topics, then we're not going to... Okay, let's talk about
You
Boblax
don't
then.
understand the context in which this started in the first place.
We can
You're
talk about
coming in being like,
Boblax.
oh, this is known, but it wasn't a
We
debate.
can talk about pronouns, but first
We were
let's talk about
trying
Boblax.
to resolve a previous conflict.
Okay, and
Do you
you
know what
lost.
previous
The conflict was stupid. The conflict was completely
What
retarded.
conflict?
The conflict.
Explain the conflict.
I've explained this
Explain the
multiple
conflict.
times, but I'll explain it again. The conflict that A, Boblax sexually harassed you, and B,
It
is
wasn't about sexual
transphobic.
harassment, and it
Really?
wasn't about
That's the argument you made on
This
Twitter.
started way before.
That's
What
the
happened
argument you made on
on
Twitter.
This started over a month ago. And
What
maybe
started?
if you went on less... And this entire thing with Boblax started over a month ago. And
What did
maybe
you
if
say?
you listened more to the conversation instead of going on InfoWars Nick Fuentes ass rants, you
Nick
would actually
Fuentes
understand.
rants. Are you really coping this hard?
How is that cope?
You're sitting there acting like I'm this crazy extremist. I've been listening to the call and giving my commentary
are.
the entire time. You can sit there and say it's
You
crazy,
are,
but that's just a
dude.
cope.
When are you going to just show your fucking power levels already?
You said I already did. I am showing my power levels right now. You just complimented me for going mask off. You don't even know what argument you're making. You're so lost.
Yeah. No, that was actually pretty
Yeah, no,
consistent.
I don't know what I'm saying. Fuck.
I know you don't, but that's fine.
No, I'm
This is what's
I'm mocking you, you idiot. I'm making fun of you.
I'm quite aware of what you're saying.
You're not even aware of shit right now. Do you want to talk about Boblax or you just
No,
want
no,
to
no.
fucking shit
You
fight?
wanted to shit talk because you wouldn't let me talk about the context to begin with, so we
Okay,
went
let's
into this
hear it.
back and forth of counter arguments.
Let's hear it.
The original thing was because he said that I needed proof that his friends were transphobic in order to claim that his friends were transphobic. You just went masked off. You just admitted you're transphobic. I
That
won.
is not at all
He
what I just
lied.
admitted.
I
Only
don't care
dishonest
about
act of
pronouns.
I don't care. Yeah, of course.
Are you going to moderate the people dead naming me in your YouTube
You were
chat?
already calling you transphobic before you even said that, right?
Oh, so you're not going to?
I don't fucking honestly.
So
If
you
I'm being
don't
honest,
care.
I really don't
You
give a shit
don't
about
care.
words.
So
'Cause
you're
that's all your
just
argument
fucking
is.
admit it. You stop being a pussy.
You were calling me transphobic before this stream even took place.
Dude,
you waited for
I
the stream to
literally
happen.
cut my
You
nuts
want
off
me to be
and still have more
transphobic so
nuts
it can
than
fit your
you.
victim status more. It's a grift. People see right through
I
it.
don't have a victim
If I'm
status.
transphobic, you're
You're
just a
the one.
grifter. You're
You're the one
selling
who has
bullshit
the
to your
victim
audience to
status.
make money
You're
off
the
of
one
them.
who has cemented the fact that you think
Do you
that
think that just by
that
being
the trans-
trans, that means that you're suddenly this like trans messiah that can grift money off of them? You don't care about shit. You want me to be
are you
hateful to
talking
you.
about?
Your
That's
entire
insane
existence
pivot.
online is
This is
perpetuating a
exactly
victim
like what
status
call
so
you
that you can
an
farm money
extremist.
out of your simps. It's
But
just
you realize
Alright, I think we get the idea. Alright,
If
so
you want, you can get to the tipster when Tipster
when
joins.
Tipster joins? Okay, we can do that.
What's going on?
What's up,
We'll watch,
Tipster?
like,
Long
the
time no
first
talk. How you doing,
5
man?
minutes or so of that.
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful tonight.
What I'm trying to understand is why are you guys so pissed about this when Boblax isn't even pissed about this? The
It
whole
doesn't
point of
matter.
me
I'm
bringing
allowed to
Campbell,
commentate over
the
whatever
whole
the fuck
point
I
of me.
want.
No, you can commentate on whatever you want, but I'm telling
Me
you, like,
too.
it seems like you're moral fagging about something that Boblax isn't even upset
Whoa,
about.
Tipster, you can be using that language like that. What the fuck is that
Said
about?
yes, sir.
Why are you upset
Yes,
over
sir.
something
Yes,
that Boblax
sir.
is upset about?
He's got the pass. I
It
get
doesn't matter if Boblax is upset about it. I'm
He
allowed to
has
commentate
the
over whatever the fuck I
pass,
want.
yes.
No, that's fine. But like Boblax and I had a conversation this morning, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, I
That's
don't really
irrelevant
see
to
a
me.
problem like what you did or whatever. Like, you were trying to mediate.
That's
between us.
irrelevant
Like,
to me.
that's the whole point of this. We were mediating a conversation. So you guys are making a big fucking deal, making it seem like I backstabbed.
Mind you, the whole conversation that they were mediating was to get to the bottom of everything, and Keffels and Tipster and Boblax came to an agreement that, yeah, okay, maybe there is some world where Keffels could interpret it as sexual harassment, but Boblax clearly wasn't, and he's clearly not transphobic, and he made that very clear to Keffels. And when Augie points out how dumb that is, Keffels reverts back to saying, yeah, he was. To both the whole, oh, sexual harassment and transphobic shit. So, it doesn't really matter what Tipster's saying at this point, because Keffels has walked it back already at this point of the argument. And I don't think we end up using this video again. We're going to keep watching for a little bit longer. But if you guys need the whole thing for the full context, again, here you guys go. And bam.
Bow blacks or some shit, when the whole purpose of that conversation was just to mediate a conversation between him and Keffels.
That's irrelevant to me. It doesn't matter what Bowblacks thinks. I'm allowed to.
So you don't actually have an argument. You don't actually have an argument.
No,
Then.
my argument
Okay,
is I'm allowed to commentate over whatever the fuck I want. If
No,
this
you can
call takes
commentate
place,
whatever you want. I just don't understand why like this is such a big deal when the person who's
are
supposed to
you
be
really
the victim in
sitting
this
there as a
case
commentator
doesn't
YouTuber going, "What's the big deal, man?" What are you saying, dude? Like that's nothing.
I also like how you like told your
pivot.
audience
Okay,
about like
cool.
the
So you
Colton
lost that point, so
situation.
just pivot to something else. But okay, let's hear.
No, I'm just saying like I
like
like how you told your audience about the Colton situation, and like I already apologized to him publicly and
So?
privately.
I talked about that.
So,
What do
so
you
you
mean?
don't actually have any arguments about anything.
Hello? Because you apologized 5 months later
here's-
on a hidden live stream that I had to fucking pay for to watch because you didn't clip it or post about any of that shit on Twitter. Somehow that means I can't criticize you. I mean, what are you? What argument are you even making right now?
Can I ask you a question about something?
Oh shit. Was that okay? Can anyone clarify for me in chat? Please don't troll. Can anyone clarify for me? Was that stream originally members only? Because that makes the point I was making before about how it's kind of retarded for you to say that you covered it when it's 3.5 hours into a stream. That goes doubly so if it was on a stream that literally only members could see. If it is the case, yes, okay, I'm trusting RaiQB because you were a mod. Why are you guys talking about this? It's called commentary. Yeah, my favorite part of the stream was when they run from leave. Yeah, that was funny. Damn, big if true. That's... Oh my god. Oh my god, what a fucking Weasley fucking person, bro. Weasley little liar, dude. Oh my god.
Why is it that when I left the commentary community back in February, you guys didn't give a fuck, but all of a sudden you found out I'm friends with Keffels, now it's a problem?
Because you started tagging me saying that my community is the reason that you left and they made you want to fucking kill yourself. That's fucking crazy.
I mean, your community's fucking cancerous. Like, why would I want anything to do with your fucking dog shit
I actually have a
community?
question for you. So why wouldn't you, when I was asking for examples of what my community has done to you, why would you bring up the example that, quote unquote, when you went on Dead on Dave stream, my community was like digging up your wife's Instagram? Why did you make that argument? Even though I made that argument on Dead on Dave stream in like November.
Because I was trying to like leave civilly with you guys. Like I wanted to go
you're
my
just
own way, but I didn't want it to
conversation, but you
no,
don't
no,
want to answer shit.
No, you asked me a question. I'm trying to fucking answer it.
Okay.
I was trying to leave this community civilly. Like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go my own way, but I don't want any beef with you guys. And you guys couldn't have it that way.
I
You had
asked
to turn
you
it into a
what
fucking
the fuck my
MGTOW,
community did, and you
MGTOW.
couldn't answer shit. You had no argument.
Your community's been calling me like a fucking pedophile ever since you covered the lolicon
That's
shit.
right.
Your
You
community's
didn't
been
bring that
talking
point
about how I
up at
cheated on my
all.
fucking wife because you told your community big X
You
to
do.
out. Tipster says he's not cheating on his
You
wife.
talked to random women on.
Two things.
Yeah, there's
Vast majority of the
nobodies.
community did not call Tipster a pedo. I very distinctly remember people saying, I don't think Tipster's a pedophile, but he definitely defended Loli here. That's what I saw. I'm sure there were a few people saying that. Vast majority of people did not call Tipster a
There's
pedo.
nobodies. The
The
one sub.
cheating meme started. We literally have the evidence here. The cheating meme started way back in... Where was it? In 2021 September. Not since the X to doubt comment that Augie made in 2022. The cheating memes, the divorce memes did not start in 2022. They started a year prior to that. So he is either forgetful or he's lying. And I am not inclined to give him charitability after everything we've looked at for these last two streams.
Fucking Twitter when you're a married man.
Do you not
literally
understand that?
You literally
Do you
message
not
women.
understand that people's relationships have different
boundaries
boundaries and shit? Like I
don't buy
understand.
the
Oh, yes. I don't know if I have that here, but apparently he sent, there was like a message from Psych. Like, Psych, so you know on Discord, if you use Discord, you can have like little notes for your profile and it'll have like a quote. And, Psych.
Oh.
Psych had
Let me
like,
see if I can
oh,
find it.
do you want to kiss or something like that as hers? Something like that, all right? I might be misquoting. Something like that, though. And he like sent a message saying, maybe. And he deleted it before she saw it. Now, Psych tells me, I wanted to clarify this because I've done memes like that where, not specifically like that, but I've done memes where I'll send a message. Once I know the person has seen it, I'll delete it because that's a joke. Like, for example, I'll be in a Discord server and I'll just type out the N-word, and then once people are like, whoa, or they send emojis, then I delete it, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't say anything. Like, that's the joke, right? Or, like, with certain friends, like, it's basically, like, the general idea, like, you send something crazy, they react, you delete it, right? According to Psych, Tipster didn't know she saw it, right? Before he deleted it. Like, so that makes it way weirder, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's, like, you know, and like I'm not saying it's the craziest thing in the world, but that does add a different dimension. Like
Yeah, he
that to
panicked
me,
a little bit.
To me, that's different to because to me that means like, oh, you know what, I might have gone too far, or oh, maybe this is wrong. So you delete it before the person sees it, right? That's what that means to me.
Check
Like, maybe if you were in a marriage, like that would be like the boundary, but like my wife doesn't
Most
care
people's
about any of this shit.
boundaries is that they don't let their fucking married husband flirt with other women at the middle of the night on Discord
Okay,
all
if
night
that's your
long.
boundary when
That's
you
not
get
a-
married, whenever the
that's
fuck,
a normal boundary.
whenever the
Most
fuck
people
you
have
lose your
Tipster.
virginity and get married, then that's
Oh,
fair. But like
wow.
my marriage is different.
the incel
Why do you give a
argument.
fuck about what happens in my
I
marriage?
don't give a fuck. It's funny.
So, what the fuck is
I mean,
even
that's
is that
the
then?
That's the thing. He doesn't care. He also doesn't have anything.
Like, look at that argument. Augie says, I don't give a fuck, it's funny. But that's, like, the real reason people were talking about that stuff. Very few people, I'm sure there are some people that genuinely care about whether he's cheating on his wife or not. But I don't think most people really care if he's cheating on his wife, right? That's his business. It's funny. It's a joke. And for the people that genuinely believe that he's cheating on his wife, even if, like, let's say, for example, somebody in my chat, and not the person named somebody, but let's say somebody in my chat truly believes I think Tipster cheats on his wife, and I think he's shitty for that. They could also, like, not give a fuck. They could be like, yeah, he cheats on his wife, but I don't care that he cheats on his wife. I just think it's funny.
It's funny.
The same way you can do flirting jokes, and you're not trying to flirt, but you're just making jokes. People can say that, oh, I think you cheat on your wife, but I don't care that you're cheating. I just think it's funny. Like, I don't understand why it has to be this strict. I have something in my mouth. It doesn't have to be something serious. It would just be funny. The Colton stuff, it doesn't matter if you apologize. You apologize on a stream. Now, according to Reich QB, he's saying that you did have it as members only. So how the fuck is Colton gonna see that you publicly talked about something 6 months after the event on a stream 3.5 hours into the stream that is members only? What difference does that make, bro? That's so fucking stupid. The least you could have done, like I said, oh, you could have clipped that and made a short out of it. The very least you could have done is just do a tweet and say, hey, I just want to publicly apologize to Colton for this specific situation. You could have done a tweet.
Positions.
No, you haven't given a single argument this entire call.
Okay, I mean I have, but I can give another one.
What's up?
So as I was saying with Leafy, do you think Leafy should be deplatformed?
No.
Why?
Why would give me an argument that he should? I'm anti-deplatforming.
Okay, well, in our call, you said verbatim, if somebody's advocating for rape, then probably, yeah, I mean, I have a pretty open door policy when it comes to speech. Obviously, there are exceptions, like pedophiles, for instance, they should go as well. I would probably say advocating violence because, you know, some crazy nut job or something could hear you and then blow up a school or something. Leafy's called for a transgender holocaust on his stream.
Oh my
so
god.
unless
You're gonna take
that
that
also goes
seriously?
against it, you're a
Leafy is
hypocrite
here
and
as
you don't
fucking
actually
troll
have
from
any positions.
2016. You're sitting there thinking that he said transgender holocaust. You're like,
He did. I
he
have
wants
the
them
clip.
to be
Do you want
killed.
it?
Do you? I've heard the clip. Do you honestly believe that that's a real, genuine position that he has?
Okay, but that wasn't your position. Your position was that some nut job could hear it and blow up a school or something. Do you think a nut job would hear that and then be able to discern if it's a real position or a troll?
No, I don't think you're responsible for that.
That's what I mean. You're a coward. You don't actually stand for what you believe in.
What do you mean? If I was a coward, I would be bowing down to both of you right now and be cowering. Oh, yeah, I guess that's pretty bad. Or no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that
Why
no,
do you
he
think
shouldn't be banned
everyone
for that.
wants you to bow? Like, do you have a submission fetish? Are you like that kind of freak? Because like I'll accept you if that's true, but come on, man.
I mean,
I don't want anyone to bow to me.
That's hilarious, but that's just not a fucking response to anything that I've said.
Also, that could be sexual harassment
I've
right
already
there. I'm
given
not
you
gonna
your
lie.
own positions, things that you have said
A little
verbatim
sexual
that go against
harassing,
things that
talking
you were
about
saying.
someone's fetishes.
You don't hold consistent positions.
I hold very consistent positions, and I'm based. And you haven't presented a single argument this entire call. So,
Okay. Well, we got kind of the general idea. I think I already linked this video in the chat for anyone that wants to see it. Yeah, I did. Okay, thank you
Check
for
the
bringing it up.
server. Check the server.
The BNT server.
Yeah.
Which one did you want? Oh, the Connor screenshots.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Okay, perfect timing. Thank you. Okay, here's some screenshots, both of which were deleted very shortly after sending. Luckily, she was able to screenshot them. Who knows what else could have sent that was missed? How many women does he do this stuff to? She has wanna kiss. He takes a screenshot of that and says, maybe. Lol, JK. A picture of Psych was posted. I feel like that's not sensitive enough. Okay, whatever. And he goes, I simp, lol. But apparently he deleted that before he thought that. And on Instagram, you can actually see if someone sees your message, so.
Rip Bozo.
But yeah, I think we got the general idea of that. Oh, starting to run out of energy here. Come on. Look at this tweet. Oh, boy. This is why I never talk politics. It just attracts the crazies that want to assume what side of the aisle you're on. Newsflash, some of us don't have political affiliations. Well, according to Winsky here and a few other people.
This is from 2021. January 2021.
January.
And what did happen in that year? In that time?
Was this before or after?
After.
So after January 6th, this is a tweet that Tipster makes. He doesn't have an opinion on the situation, you know. But hey, you know, 2 years is a long time. Man can really change it.
Yeah.
Here's something where Elon Musk stupidly like, oh, cis or cisgender should be slurs. Damn, that community, let's go hard. I want to believe this is real. If conservatives can believe in Jesus, then you can believe this is real. Damn, Tipster making fun of people who believe in Jesus.
Oh,
I'm religious
odd.
too. Guess that means I'm mentally weak. To Jalen, if he still believes in a make-believe fairy tale, then yes, he is mentally weak. So Tipster says, I'm religious too. Guess that means I'm mentally weak. For the record, I respect all people's beliefs, religious or not. Nor do I try to force my religious beliefs down people's throats. But I do think it's kind of shitty to dump on someone like this just because they believe something you don't. Jalen says, religion is outdated concept. We aren't cavemen. We are an advanced society. We can literally go to space and back. Any sort of critical thinking can debunk every religion. Society can only move forward if people open their eyes to the truth. Mind you, if you saw the first part, you saw a lot of videos where homeboy Tipster's wearing that cross on his chest. Imagine woke scolding someone who is neurodivergent for saying the R slur. The R slur is way too normalized on this app. In response to Jalen, I assume, saying retard. What do we got here? Ah! Okay, but the R slur, can we not use that as part of our pushback? I give permission to use it. It's not reclaimable, therefore no one should use it. You just give someone permission. It's as offensive as idiot. If you're willing to say that words like bitch, then you have no word to say. It's okay, I can use, I have ADHD. Can I just make something very clear? I don't care if you use the word retard, and honestly, I don't care that much if you use the word fag. So long as I think the N-word, that's a little different. But at the end of the day, these slurs, so long as you're not using it towards someone, if you're not calling a gay person or an LGBTQ person, if you're not calling them EF slur, if you're just using it in general, like, oh, Tipster's acting faggy, I don't care. If Eminem can say faggot and retard as a white rich man, if I'm gonna use the fucking stupid logic, then I feel like anybody can say it, right? That's what I think. Words are words at the end of the day. You only give them as much power as you do. But I will stand by the fact that if you're calling someone the N-word, if you're calling someone the N-word in a hateful manner, like Jalen has, then yeah, that's pretty fucking outrageous to do that. If you're calling someone the F slur in a hateful way, yes, that's wrong. Using these words in hateful ways is as wrong as using any other type of slur in a hateful way. If you call a Chinese person a chink in a hateful way, I think that is wrong. But just the general use of them, like saying, "Oh, this opinion is retarded. This opinion is gay." I don't think that matters. But going to their logic, oh, I have the pass because of ADHD. Let's get something straight. Retard is a slur for the mentally disabled. ADHD is not a disability. It's a fucking disorder. It's attention deficit hyperactive disorder. It is not a disability. So fucking stupid. And then this person says, I have ADHD, no. And then Mango says, cool, you don't speak for the rest of us. One of the stupidest things you can ever say to anyone about anything. Okay, if this person doesn't speak for the rest of us, neither does this person. It is a fucking nothing statement. The R slur? Okay, we already saw that. Okay. Don't apologize for using the R word if you're going to like every comment using it. LMAO, just delete it. It's embarrassing for you. Y'all giving shit to base trans post for posting memes she didn't even create. I created the meme. If y'all want to be pissed at someone, be pissed at me or quit fucking woke scolding. Oh, I see where the word retard is being used. It's here. He must have edited it.
Whoa.
Okay, I didn't even notice that. That's funny. You can claim disability with it, but R slur wasn't made for ADHD. R slur's for like the R slur as a slur, retard as a slur, is for like people with like Down syndrome or autism.
It's for people with like severely low IQ.
Yeah.
Like me.
Like a 67 IQ, I think it makes you legitimately mentally retarded.
Like, I was diagnosed as a child with ADD. That doesn't mean I'm justified to say retard. I'm justified to say retard because I don't give a fuck. That's my justification for it. Alright? Now, that being said, I always have the same rule with any other person that I meet or I'm friends with. You know, general respect. If like, let's say Ghost Shark personally was like, hey, you know, I have a family member and they have this and I feel comfortable with you using that word. Ghost Shark's my friend, okay? We've known each other for what, like 2 years now?
Yeah, 2-3 years.
2-3
maybe,
years.
I don't know.
I don't have a problem not saying it if Ghost Shark had a problem with it. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'll make exceptions, of course. But in general, I don't care. I just don't care. Because if I cared, because if I was going to be logically consistent, then I would have to care whenever Eminem uses it in his songs. I don't. I really don't. In fact, it's funny.
He can say whatever he wants.
Bro, he literally has a song where he's like, faggoty, fag, 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 faggoty, fag. It's like, oh my god. Jesus. But it's funny. Which song is it? I think it's Underground. It's a good song. Suplex points out, I want to believe this is real. If conservatives believe Jesus is real, I'm still not able to make sense of this. You were extremely clear about the importance of that cross you wear on your streams, Twitter, and in VCs. No idea who quoted me. Oh, and Suplex was, I'm gonna just add these for the record, not planning on leaking DMs or anything, not because I'm above it. We all know I'm not. I see no point though. Also, I included a screenshot showing when we last spoke, since so many people seem to think everyone changed their minds on Tipster recently. My main contribution was finding archive links, etc. There's not going to be any private convo leaks, etc. from me, just to be clear. And here she points out the last time she even talked to Tipster was August 11th, 2022. So Jalen and Tipster had a bit of a back and forth at one point. You know, they're friends now, but let's take a look at their relationship in the past. You know, glad to know that someone like Jalen is here, who I've been extremely supportive of for quite some time, thinks I'm mentally weak just because I believe in something that brings me purpose in life. Oh, so Jesus brings you purpose in life, but, you know, can you believe you believe in a man in the sky? Wow. Lol XD. Yeah, man, you've been really supportive. You're a real piece of shit. You just randomly snap on me from time to time and bring up, I accepted you, so you must always agree with my takes. You show your true colors from time to time. They will see it. Again, dramatic, Jalen.
Funny. Why does everyone speak like a fucking anime character?
I don't know. I want religion gone. I hope World War II happens to all religious people. Oh my goodness.
I agree with that.
I don't know about that. I gave you $100 because I felt so bad and apologized. I'm a shitty person. And Jalen? Oh, this is when Jalen was still... Oh, yeah. Jalen didn't change the name of her channel to Jaden. Wasn't that because she was worried about how it would affect the algorithm? Or some fucking dumbass reason like that? If you have something to say, say it to me. Don't come in my boys' chat to talk. You're disingenuous and pretend to be a good guy when you're not. This is the last time we will ever speak again. Do not mention me again. I will not mention you. Goodbye, Tipster. Fuck you, and don't try to apologize later. You burnt that bridge. Good riddance.
Burnt the bridge.
Nick was right. Internet friends aren't real. The fuck you. They no longer have any use. Kind of fuck.
He says that all the time.
Yeah, he does say that all the time. Jalen says, I was never friends with this person. I had many negative and positive interactions with them. That was all. The only time I interacted with them was during Twitter drama. We weren't friends, just mutuals. And this. Jalen says, tell me what opinions I'm allowed to have. I want to do what is best for everyone when I return. So tell me, and I will do what you want. I'm sorry, you win. I want to preface this by saying I'm not trying to start shit again, nor do I want anyone to bother Jalen, but you are welcome to have any opinion you want. You just know that as a public figure, people will respond and they won't always agree with you. True. A lot of things were said by the two of us in the heat of the moment, and I don't know if we'll ever be friendly again. However, I don't hate you, Jalen, nor do I think anyone has a right to silence you. I wish you nothing but the best. I think Jalen should not be on YouTube. It is not good for them. Now, Tipster might be like, hey, man, that was in the past. Jalen's grown. Jalen's changed, man. A new day. This happened 3 days ago. This is probably the worst schizo DM meltdown she had. This is between Izzy and Jalen. Hi, Jalen. That is a rat emoji, by the way. By the way,
raccoon.
Izzy is, according to him, black. I've never seen Izzy, so I cannot clarify that. But I'm gonna choose to believe Izzy. All right, Izzy's black. Jalen has called him the hard R N-word before. Now, I do think that's fucked up. I don't think you should call a black person the hard R N-word. I don't think you'll ever find anything of me advocating for that. But even more important is Jalen doesn't think that's okay. In Jalen's worldview, she doesn't believe it's okay to even use slurs in the first place. Except for when she does it. Then it's hilarious and it's okay to do it. So, very cool. Why are you using light mode theme? That shit not straight up hurt your eyes. On the PC, no, it doesn't bother me. On my phone, I have it in dark mode, though. Okay, so, raccoon. Hi, Jalen. That is a rat emoji, by the way. Raccoon emoji. No, I hate rats. Yeah, that's totally what it means, Jalen. What do you want? I wanted to say, fuck you. I don't regret calling you the N-word. In fact, I do it again. Thanks for the screenshot, racist. Fuck you, you disingenuous piece of shit. That's very rude, Jalen. Sorry, my bad. I've asked you time and time again to leave me alone. You won't even apologize or own up to any of the shit you did. Why should I apologize when you're just virtue signaling? What do I need to apologize for? I don't remember doing anything out of line. Constantly harassing me over and over again. You know what you did, motherfucker? What harassment? All I do is post screenshots of public things you do. Kill yourself. That's very mean, Jalen. I don't know why you want to keep insulting me when I have done nothing bad. Right. It seems like you just don't want people to see the bad things you've said. / done. Going psycho. Oh, this was like a screenshot from the Jalen cycle. Did you not call me the N-word? Did you not call me the N-word? Claim I was trying to make you kill yourself and try to dox yourself all the same day? To me, that's psycho behavior. Yes, that's what you were all doing. All you people have ever done. I didn't want any of that. I just wanted a funny little ratio. Just constantly harassing me over and over. Break me over and over. Push me over and over. Ever relenting. Same shit all the time. Pushing a narrative. Ruining my life for your enjoyment. Is it fun? Jalen, what am I doing that's considered harassment? Do you get joy out of it? How does it feel? It's the Jalen cycle. You know what you're doing anytime I get better. You all push me slightly over the edge. It's tiresome. I'm tired of it. It feels like I'm watching a racist can't take criticism. I despise you. Of course you do. Yeah, sure, buddy. I'm black. You know what? I don't think you are, actually. Your profile is a white dude. You're just saying that to play victim. God. Fuck you, disingenuous piece of shit. You're just saying that so you have an excuse to say you're not racist. All you people do is like, but it's still racist, by the way, exploit and spare narratives. All you people, quote unquote. Izzy, I don't hate you for your race. I hate you because you won't leave me alone. Holy shit, you fucking rat. See? Spinning narratives. Fuck you, dumb fuck. Calling a black man a rat. Pretty racist. You're gonna compare me to a monkey next? You know exactly what you're doing. No, I don't. Care to explain what I'm doing? By the way, this tweet's doing numbers. You know, shut the fuck up. Stop trying to gaslight me. Good for you. I'm not gaslighting you. What am I doing? Also, thank you. You literally are, motherfucker. Drop the fucking act for one goddamn second. Be an authentic person for once. You can ruin my life. That's the least you can do. I'll be straight up for once. And literally I'm literally having a panic attack. I haven't slept in days because you people don't leave me the fuck alone. I'm dealing with this shit. Trying to do shit. And I can't with this constant harassment on my mind 24/6. Which means there is one day out of the week that it doesn't bother her. I can't escape it.
Yeah, off day.
Jalen, what harassment have we done? What harassment have I done? Because all I do is post screenshots of what you have said or done. How exactly is that different than your video? Jesus fucking Christ. You are so disingenuous and bad faith. Can you explain what the difference between what you do and I do then?
Oh god.
So I thought this was a crazy random tangent about the state of YouTube, and Jalen confirmed in like Kristen Ark's chat that this was just her roundabout way of calling Izzy the N-word again. Which is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. It is kind of funny. But I disavow still.
You know what? If you're gonna call someone the N-word, do it. Make it creative as possible.
I mean, yeah, that, credit where credit's due. That is pretty creative. I just thought she's so insane. She's just randomly talking about the state of YouTube. But it's just a call Izzy the N-word. What do you think about this crazy thumbnail I found? Can't believe this is a real video on YouTube right now. Fucked up, man. I agree, but please explain the difference between what we do, because I want it to be educated. God, we're so close to finish. Jesus Christ. Just fucking stop. Just leave me alone. I have asked you constantly to stop. You haven't. This is harassment. I can't take all this BS constantly. It's not right. I can't take it anymore. Like, genuinely, what the fuck do you want from me? I can't make up for what I did. I did the worst thing you can ever do. I have to live with that guilt for the rest of my life. This person's acting like she fucking killed someone. It's fucking crazy. While you don't care, it doesn't matter to you. You just want to fuck with me. It's so exhausting, it never goes away. No matter what I do, no matter how I try to cope with it all, I just can't. I want to be educated. Voice crack. I want to be educated how what I'm doing is harassment, and you're not explaining very well. What's up, Dimer Boy? Do you want to hear how you all won? Congrats, you did it. I'm ruined. I have nothing left. Nothing in life. No one. Nothing. I'm miserable. You win. You broke me. Congrats. You got everything you ever wanted.
Jesus. This is
They
so
won't
terrible.
care what you've done, what you do. You've crafted it that way because you're a bully. That's all you do. Bully people constantly. Why? How can you live with that? How can you not feel guilt for any of the awful things you've done? Mind you, 50% of this, actually, the entirety of this conversation is Izzy asking, what did I do to you? And Jalen just refuses to just elaborate on specifically what he did. Have any of you guys seen that one guy that wears the fedora and glasses and does like the cringe videos on purpose where he's like, how fortuitous? And he's like this super like weird weeb. If anyone's seen that guy on like TikTok or Instagram, someone should send him these fucking messages and have him fucking repeat them. Jalen, listen. Block me and take a break off Twitter and take your GF on a date. This is getting really sad reading. Fuck you. His name is Bowser? I think it is, yeah.
Gay Bowser.
The dialogue could use some work, but she's nailing the tone. Sounds really unhinged. Transphobe? Yeah, thanks. Okay, cool. Fuck you. I lost everything because of you. Months and months depressed. Do you know what it feels like? So much lost time. Wasting money. Which, by the way, to clarify, wasting money was apparently... Jalen was so depressed that she was spending like $100 on Uber Eats a day. For DoorDash. Interesting. Paranoia. Dissociation. It doesn't get better ever. I try, and you people always get in the way of me being happy. You never let me break free. Break free? I don't know why. Why can't you leave me alone? Let me leave the community for good. Why continue harassing me day in and day out? I ignore it. I try to ignore it. I don't respond. I do what everyone tells me. I try to meme through it, make it a joke. Still, nothing works. So I fight fire with fire. I tweet it. Hold on. Stop that. Okay. I try to meme through it, make it a joke. Still, nothing works. So I fight fire with fire. I tweet back. But that doesn't work. I make edgy jokes, but back. But that doesn't work. Nothing works for you people. Oh, look at the Toastify says, please leave me alone. I sent you a DM in the first place. You don't stop ever. It's excruciating. Jalen, you're having another schizo meltdown, so I'm going to help you by blocking you so you can stop spamming my DMs. Izzy was blocked. I need to get Oh! Jalen claimed that the reason why Jalen can't help herself is because of ADHD or something. Or it had to do with something else. I don't remember exactly. And now here she's saying...
one?
I need to get diagnosed with BPD or ADHD. What the fuck? What the fuck I have? I need it to now. It's ruining my life and reputation. I'm going to go private and work on weaning myself off Twitter. See how that goes. And come back when I'm stable. Might get a part-time job or just grind harder as fucking YouTube. Which I encourage that.
No.
I encourage that you get a part-time job. Don't grind harder on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Separate from YouTube. In fact, I would recommend
The
you
first
quit
part, yes.
and get a full-time job.
YouTube, no.
But at least getting a part-time job is a starting step. But this makes me realize Jalen is not diagnosed with ADHD. She just thinks she has it. Because she made it seem like in Chris's chat that she knew she had it. But she didn't know she had it. I'm going to do a quick shout-out. Reich QB made this video on Tipster. I'm going to give it a shout-out. Check it out when you can. We're down to the last few screenshots.
We're
Brokey!
getting there, everybody.
I'm gonna put you in. Okay. So anyways. Here we are, last few screenshots and we'll finally be done, okay? I hope I've been doing a good job covering everything. I hope I covered everything as clear and concisely as possible. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let's finish this off already. So I can go eat and sleep and drink water. I totally forgot to grab water before I started, so I haven't had any water this entire stream.
Jesus.
Tipster here with a funny, edgy joke. Total poncho destruction. I wonder what that's in reference to. I think people should be less mean and more nice. Nah, fuck that. I want to bully people. I'm starting with you. Bully me, daddy. Oh, so I guess Tipster has not learned his lesson. Happy birthday, Ricky. Then, this is the best part. This is the final part. Then proceeds to insult him on TikTok. He made that is now... Then proceeds to insult him on a TikTok he made that is now deleted. Fuck you, Tipster, you suck. First of all, those comments were on Twitter, not TikTok. Second, Ricky Brook and I are friends, and we were trolling each other. Imagine taking lighthearted trolling between friends seriously, lol. What does Ricky think on this? Unblock Bo Blacks or Nicholas Diorio, or we are no longer friends. I wonder if there's an update to that, because I'm kind of curious. So yeah, Ricky destroyed him with facts and lies.
Let's go.
Ricky. What the fuck? What did I open? Ricky. Let's see. Okay. Two quotes. What does this say? Nothing from Tipster? Oh, well. Maybe he replied. Funny meme. Maybe he replied some. Yeah.
No, he didn't. He you know.
No.
He's not gonna answer because, you know, Ricky's relevant. He's not, you know. But he's gonna respond to a nobody, you know.
Yeah. Well, maybe Tipster unblocked him.
Who knows?
We've reached the end of this. Again, big shout out to Wingsky, Nerdy John, Tyrone, and Suplex for all their help gathering all this data. This was the Tipster saga. What have we learned at the end of the day in this history of hypocrisy? Well, yes. But in what ways? Well, he has
everywhere.
He has no problem leaking DMs or leaking voice calls unless it's done to him. He has no problem doing guilt by association unless it's done to him. He has no problem calling out Jalen for getting caught up in going after people that don't matter. And, you know, he claims, oh, he's over it. He continued to do it. He has no problem making jokes about people's significant other unless it's done to him. It's consistent. We went through it, and this has been going on for a very long time. Jalen isn't diagnosed. Whatever for Tipster. Undiagnosed. Well, I guess that's a funny little extra thing. Thank you for that, Suplex. I have a quote. So we looked a little bit at his new friends to see what they're all about. I have a quote here from Hannah Animal, who, Tomato, And Psych and Hannah Animal, I feel, look, I don't have, well, there are some of the old goth mommies I do have an issue with, but we don't have to get into that. But for the most part, most of the goth mommies and old Tipster fans, I'm pretty neutral about. I don't really have an issue with any of them. But I felt that it was very important to reach out to Hannah and see if I can get a final statement from her. I asked her, let me see exactly what I asked her. Hey Hannah, would you mind giving me a final statement on your overall opinion on Tipster, thoughts in your friendship and how it ended? You don't have to give anything personal, I just think it'd be a good way to end the Tipster stream. Am I okay? You are okay, Empress. I've never had a problem with you. I'm gonna say this, if anyone that doesn't know me, if I ever have a problem with you, I will straight up tell you. If I don't like you, I will either not interact with you, or if we previously had any sort of friendship or conversation before, I will straight up tell you. I'm not the kind of person that'll keep stuff to myself. I will tell you straight up if you do something that pisses me off. It's very straightforward. Tipster is a coward that doesn't have friends. He has people he uses as emotional support for his stupidity. Our friendship shouldn't have happened in the first place and needed to end. It was toxic. It's a shame under the events of how it ended publicly. Behind the scenes, I was distant with him for a while and wasn't meant to be a public thing. Tipster shouldn't be a content creator. He's not cut out for it. And grifting just to keep going. That is a final statement from Hannah Animal. Longtime member of the Tipster e-girl squad. Or goth mommies or whatever your fancy is. I'm gonna hop off the call. Thanks for joining me, Ghost Shark and Wingski. Hope you guys have a great Sunday night.
Yeah, you too, man.
We've reached the end, y'all. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you leave a like. Please keep an eye out for both parts of these streams as one part. I'd appreciate for any of you, if you enjoyed this stream, make sure you subscribe and have notifications on, so that way whenever we do streams like this again, or if we're just doing a drinking stream or a gaming stream, you can hang out. And like I said earlier, I will be having a new song out next, might be next weekend. It's gonna be coinciding with Captain Poofers. Captain Poofers is working on a video on Tipster. It's gonna coincide with that. And a new album review should be on my channel next Sunday. So we're gonna close this off with a song that I think will fit very well. Now, as you guys can probably tell by looking at me, I am Hispanic. Specifically, I'm Cuban Peruvian. But everyone calls me Mexican anyways. It doesn't really matter that much to me. But one of my favorite songs that is in Spanish is Brujeria, which is by El Gran Combo de Puerto Rico. A Puerto Rican band, if you couldn't tell by the name. This song is about a woman as a man under a spell. I feel like it's a little relevant, so let's close off with this song. This is Brujeria. Peace out, y'all.
Chica que me tiene arrebatado, que me tiene medio loco, que ya estoy enamorado. Quizás eran sus ojitos, o tal vez su caminado, o quizás esas cositas que en su casa ella me ha dado. Que tú me tienes temblando de noche y de día. Tú me hiciste brujería. Me quieres mandar para la tumba fría. Tú me hiciste brujería. Bruja, bruja, brujita. Tú me hiciste brujería. Demonio. Tú me hiciste brujería. Me echaste no sé qué en la comida. Tú me hiciste brujería. Siento una cosa fría. Tú me hiciste que me va por aquí, se sube por allá, sí. chapa y a